Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. YouTube's being a dork again. And it's randomly, apparently, automatically choosing what tabs I'm going to be using. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, uh, how are you doing? I hope real well. It's pretty nice. And, yeah, I'm a bit of a geography nerd, so this is going to be, of course, a lot of fun. I already have a handful of geography videos. I think, in fact, I have the thing directly linked in my main channel page, the playlist for all my different geography challenges I've done over the last 3 or so years. Anyway, so what we're going to end up doing, of course, just kind of self-explanatory in the title, we're going to end up uh, going into Google Earth Pro, and we're gonna end up just randomly guessing each and every country. Now, I know a lot of countries for some stupid reason. Like I'm such a basic geography nerd that I'm extremely into just like getting lost in maps. I have a really bad habit of it, and so because of that, what I know about each of these, like what each nation is gonna make this look possibly pretty freaking easy. It's like I don't even have to have been anywhere near a map for a really long time, and it auto retains in my head because I find it so entertaining. So what we're going to do is yeah, just do that. It's gonna be pretty fun. So let's jump right into it. It's gonna be pretty radical. So, for some reason, I'm feeling the flow of wanting to start with Myanmar, so that's what we're gonna do. With Myanmar. So, uh, Myanmar. Okay, I thought I mistyped there for a moment. Yep, didn't do it. Didn't do it at all. Alright, so, why are you so small? See, the problem is I just realized I can't zoom in that far, and so I can't actually look at that. I think there's a way I can turn off all the names anyway, right? Not that it's really going to matter. If we just stay really far out. In fact, now that I think about it, you guys can obviously see where I'm putting the pins, right? So, at that point, who the heck cares? In fact, we're going to go with increasing the... There you go. Increasing the size. So, everybody can see what it is I'm saying with each of them. So that was Myanmar. This is India all throughout here. So India. Why not? Since I just see that random growth it has. Then we're gonna go with, of course, could you not? Go with nipple over here. Nipple! Beautiful days. Then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna do Bangladesh. Okay, East Pakistan. Way back in the day, and before that, just Bengal. That's a part of India. I almost said East Bengal. Bangladesh. It's with an A. Bengal. Ladesh. Actually, I think it's like that, isn't it? Except not with an extra L. Oops, my bad. I think that's how you spell that. I'm probably wrong. Anyway. Oh, wait. Is it B? It's a B-E. Dang it. I'm going to blame my dyslexia for that. Lystexia. Alright. Anyway. And then we get hit. Stop. And then we're going to go with Lao. Stop! You make me sad. Lao. Lowry. Lice. Which is actually said Lao. And we're going to go over here. Divert. My bad. I mean, Viet Cong. Oh no, Vietnam. There you go. No, I didn't want that. Don't do this to me. Vietnam. And then we're gonna go with Cambodia. Obviously. What I always want to call Hainan because I'm dyslexic, but it's actually Hainan. Province island of China. I almost wrote China. That's not a good idea. Cambodia. Alright, then we're gonna go Thailand. Yeah, we'll start with this time. I don't know. I wish I had a more efficient system, but I do not. Because the thing is a dork. So that's always nice. Then we're going to go over here to, of course, Malaysia. The lands of Mandalay. Malaysia. Shanks. Nice. Singapore. City-state. Where is the tip of the push pin? I think it's there-ish. Not that it really matters. I don't know why I'm being picky about that. Oh, that's nice. Cool for it. Why was it still running? I didn't ask you to do this. Why? What have you done? Google legal. What the fuck? What? I'm lost. I don't know what the heck just happened. I'm maintaining and watching my... Oh my god. I'm watching my stream over here on my phone, so because YouTube's thing is a lot of times unreliable. And then I just realized I randomly had Instagram stop working. Cool. Couldn't get rid of it. And then it pops up with Google legal. Sure. Okay. Anyway, Singapore. Great to see my $30 phone dysfunctioning as usual. Right, and then of course we're going to go with, I mean, this is still Malaysia technically. This is Brunei. Brunei, is it? I'm not quite sure how you, anyway. Brunei. There you go. The Sultanate. I don't think it's a Khanate. I'm pretty sure they call themselves the Sultanate of Brunei. Indonesia is freaking gigantic. Did I ask you or give you permission to settle? No, I didn't. Okay, stop. Drop, collaborate, and listen. ICE is back with a brand new invention. Indonesia. And sneezing. Stupid commercials never exited my head. Just like head on, apply directly to the forehead and all those other stupid commercials. Why? I have no idea. Because it's my brain. My brain's an idiot. Like I am. So, hey, we're two peas in a pond. It's a wonderful pair. The Philippines. I've never known how to spell Philippines correctly. Pennies? That's not quite right. I think I'm closer than I usually am, but I'm pretty... Yeah, that's not right. I don't know. I'm so bad with the double-lettered names. I can't even spell Tennessee right because of the fact that it has 3 double letters in it. And I always want to put the first double letter, which is the first E, which is actually a single E. And then there's a later part that's also a single letter. And it's like, why is everything else doubled, though? It's like it's just made to be a troll. I mean, we're heading away from Asia suddenly, even though we're not finished. So, hey, why not? We're heading to the Pacific part of Asia. Pacifico. New Guinea. Or actually, Papua New Guinea. Papua. New Guinea. My shift key doesn't like to work sometimes. I don't know if it's me and I just like pull my finger away for some reason really preemptively or what, but okay. I think no, that's Vanuatu. These are the Solomon Islands then, right? Yeah, if that's Vanuatu, this is the Solomons. All right, so anyway, boink. And I also always thought that the Solomon Islands were a territory of either Kiwi land or Papua, but I heard recently they actually have autonomy, or independence, so I have no idea. New Caledonia, which is always trying to become independent from France. Caledonia. Francois. This is obviously Fiji. It's always obvious by those islands, because they're the biggest islands in the Pacific Islands, as it were. Vanuatu. Vanuatu. No, see. I'm trying to think of how it's spelled. I think that's it. I'm not entirely sure. I might be completely off basis. Apia, Samoa. Alright, anyway. I'm going to go to Kiwi land. I'm not even going to spell it correctly. Screw New Zealand. It's Kiwi land. Thank you. In fact, in that case, it'd be really honoring and say, place that does not exist with, you know what, I'm going to do it. I wasn't going to, I was going to say Aussie land, but in this case, place that doesn't actually exist. Fun times. Okay. Fishy. Could you not keep moving? That'd be great. Thanks. No, I don't want a path. The path to Fiji. I'm now having a Truman Show flashbacks. Let's go to Fiji. Yeah. Fiji. Doo-doot. I said doo-doot. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Samoa is technically this one. To the west. Samoa. Shanks. Nice. I know what you are. I know what they are. I'm not remembering right now, so I guess I'll abandon them. Also, wombats. Very important critters. Very, very adorable. Same with platypi. Actually, platypi is actually apparently incorrect. It is platypuses. So, internet go wild with that, of course, because everybody's going to get immature and say, so platypussies. No, it's platypuses. God damn it. It actually is the correct term for multiple platypuses. Which now is redundant now that I think about it. Not some, I already did that. Solomon Islands. Islas. Sure, that works. One thing I don't like about maps that aren't in the Mercator is the fact that they auto-rotate because it's a globe. It's like, if I wanted you to rotate, I'd rotate you. Stop rotating. I know it's unrealistic to expect north to always be, well, north, but it... Stay norte. Stay norte. Micronesia. Actually, that could be Palau. No, Palau's over here. This is Micronesia. Because Micronesia is further away from the Philippians than Palau. Also, Kiribati is... The Marshalls are up here. I think these are the Marshalls, right? And then this is... I want to say Kiribati. But actually, Kiribati is somewhere around here, I think. Because of all that weird geopolitical BS going on right now. Trying to buy influence and power from all those island nations. From the US and Kiwi land and Australia and China. And also, this is just like a whole slew of islands. Except you have Polynesia. And Polynesia is further away over here. And I'm pretty sure Micronesia is like right here. So I'm pretty sure I'm fairly central. But that actually could be Palau here. But I'm pretty sure also Palau is over here. Although it could be a part of the Philippines. So I'm... God damn it. Anyway, I'm going to go with Micronesia being here. Micronesia. And the thing is, the Federated States of Micronesia is actually a nation. Whereas... Yeah, it's definitely Palau over here. Whereas Polynesia obviously is a region and a culture and not actually... a people group, for that matter. And not actually... I'm trying to think of a nation. State. Palau. There you go. Pacifico Islas. See, Kiribati, though, is more of an islet than it is an actual island. So... Is it Tonga that's out here? No, I want to say Tonga is this. I'm pretty sure Tonga is in this vicinity. In this area. But then I can't remember who the hell it is out here. I know obviously Easter Island's all the way over here. Or no, that's Galapagos. Where's Easter Island? I think this is Easter Island. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Easter Island right here. Pitcairn, therefore, is like, I think this thing right here. I'm not remembering who the heck it is right here, though. Or here. for that matter. Dang it. I don't know why I'm not remembering who the heck it is. I know it. It's just my brain's not dumping it out right now. Also, is this part of Kiwiland? I can't remember. I don't think so. Because they have a big spit of land going up in here because they own one of the islands up in here. But I don't think I recall this ever being a part of that. But I swear that the Tonga was in between the two. God damn it. I mean, obviously you have Hawaii. Formerly Kingdom of. I'm trying to remember where the hell Tonga is. We'll come back to it. I really want to get Kiribati too. Dang it. Alright, whatever. We'll just go back to Asia. Asia. The Orient. Whatever the heck you want to call it. Eurasia. For that matter, technically. What am I doing? Nippon. I'm going to click OK, because then I can't go past go. I cannot collect $200. North Korea. I could be really mean. I could just say Korea. That's not really mean, I guess. It's historically accurate. They are the same people. So you know what? Screw it. Korea. Korea. There you go. You are one again. And technically their war has never actually ended. It's always been in a perpetual ceasefire. A lot of people forget that fact. They're just in a ceasefire. They signed a ceasefire in, what was it, 58, I think? So the war technically is still considered ongoing, officially, which is kind of sad, but nobody actually sees it as that for some reason. And yes, screw you, China. I don't need your views. Taiwan. Taiwan. So you have Thai and you have Taiwanese. Taiwanese is Taiwan. Thai is Thailand. And for dyslexic, it's very hard to remember that. I always want to say Taiwanese when I think of Thai food. Or Thai, yeah, well, mainly Thai food. That's when I think of Thailand. But, nope. it's Thai. So it does kind of make things a little bit tough on more dyslexic minds. China. But you know what? You can be there. Fine. Why not? Mongolia. Chang's Mongolian Grill. Local references. I need to go there again sometime. It's just so expensive. Mongolia. Boink. It's Kyrgyzstan, which I've been hankering to get to pretty much since before I even had this concept. Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Kyrgyzstan. They're not Kyrgyzstani, they're Kyrgyz people. Kyrgyzstan, Kyrgyz. And then we haze. That's weird how they're outlining the conflicted. I don't know why I said it that way. Conflicted regions. What do they call that? Disputed territories. With actually what looks to be solid lines now. So it actually looks like its own nations. That is really weird. They haven't done that yet with Tajikistan, which I kind of appreciate the fact they aren't legitimizing anything with China there as a dispute, because they claimed half of the frickin' territory. Because it's China, modern day. Pakistan, aka India. Again, same exact people, just different religious groups, and the Brits had to go and screw it all up just by presenting a single basic bitch idea. And everybody just was like, you know what? Now we hate each other, and we're gonna have to kill each other and fight for nationalistic ideals and independence. It's like, you're exactly the same people. You were living in peace for literally thousands of years. And just because this random Brit, who's literally never been to your region of the world, was told to make a dividing line between your nations, and your peoples for the Muslims and the Hindus, suddenly you're like, yeah, you know what? We've always hated each other. We're gonna kill each other now. It's just instant. It's like so sad, but it just proves how easily manipulated human brains are. Just a simple verbal idea randomly said and instantly changes everybody. It's like, how can you let your brain just be that easily molded? Like, you have the ability to choose to fight your own mind. It's just kind of sad. Anyway, Tajikistan. Is that how you spell it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Tajikistan. And yeah, obviously we're in Kazakhstan with that, but you heard nothing. Afghanistan. If I'm going by, oops, my cousin Sean's name. I just freaking screwed that up so bad. Now I have to open this because I just completely flubbed that up. No, I got ahead of myself. What am I doing? Tajikistan. Tajikistan. Okay. Cool beans. Why did it zoom me even further out? Or did it? It looks like it zoomed me further out. I guess it didn't. I don't know. Alright, and again, moving down here. Afghanistan. Afghanistan. Afghan land, as it were. Tajikiland. Kyrgyzland. Bakiland. Yeah, because stan means land. So, then you say it that way, and it just sounds really stupid. I'm sorry. It does. This is about as stupid as the U.S. naming policy. Which is just name everything the exact same name. Just say, well, it's like 2 miles down the road. It's fine. We can name it the same thing. It's far enough away. It won't be confusing at all. And it's very original. Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan. You know, it's funny. When I first watched the episode of Victorious that was supposedly taking place in Uzbekistan, the funniest part is that I swore on my life that could not have been a real nation. It sounded so much like something a little kid would come up with as a name and as a concept. And the concept of the episode was so just random and out there that I was like, there's no way that's a real nation. And my dad's like, that's real. I'm like, what? I wouldn't have looked it up, like, holy shit, it exists. I knew about Kyrgyzstan before I knew about Uzbekistan. And most people probably know about Uzbekistan before they realize Kyrgyzstan exists. Or how to say it, which is Kyrgyzstan. But, yeah, just like it's not Kiribati, it's Kiribati for the island nation. But, yeah, unimportant random facts with a random pinhead. So, Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan. Turkmenland. Turkmenistan. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Where is the H? It's either before or after the A. That actually does look better, but I probably should have trusted my gut. I have no idea which one it is. I just know it's one or the other. No shit, Sherlock moment. Right. Rus. Or Rusa. You know what? We're just going to go with Rus. Because that's actually, it's a true official name. Especially historically. So. Vladivostok is around here somewhere, I believe. Or no, actually. Yeah. No. Nope, it's not. It's over here. Vladivostok. I don't know why. Just Vladivostok has always been something that's been stuck in my head. And I'm like, I guess there's like, for some reason inside of me, I feel like there's somehow a connection to it. I have no idea how or why. I just, for some reason, I've always liked that. The idea of that place existing, which of course exists, so I don't know. Iran. Blink. Do. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. I don't know how you want to say that. Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. That's not how you spell it, is it? I don't know. I think it is actually how you spell that. Azerbaijan. I think. Although it just, for some reason, looks wrong now that I'm looking at it. But, whatever. Armenia. Armenia. Cool beans. Horha. Or Georgia. Georgia. I like how the disputed territories are actually outlined here. South Ossetia or Alsatia. Alsatia? Alsatia. And then, forgive me if I have sinned. I do not remember what the heck the other one's called right now. Oh, is it Abkhazia? Oh, you know what? It's Abkhazia. That's what it is. Could you not? Georgia. As usual, my brain just took a vacation there. It's like, you're on your own, kid. Sorry. Good riddance. Screw you! Alright. Kuwait. Wait! No. I don't want to wait. I refuse. Iraq. Iran. What's left of Syria? Syria? No, I don't think so. I was gonna say, I wonder if Syria, because I mean, multiple iterations of Syria, like Assyria, has been around for a really, really long time, like at least 5,000 years. Multiple iterations is what we will call Syria today. It makes me wonder, like I just had that thought there, which was, although I dismissed it, but it still could be, is I wonder if that's how the name Cyrillic came up for the Cyrillic alphabet. It could be. I don't know, because they use the Cyrillic in a lot of places around the region, so it could. I mean, you never know. It could be. Turkey is if I want to spell it in the Deutsch way, it's Turkey, and in their way, it's Turkey or something like that. I can't remember. Turkey. So it's something like that, or something like this. In Turkish. Can't quite remember. But I'm going to spell it Deutsch, because it's much more fun to say Turkey and Turkey than it is to say Turkey. Oh, Turkey's kind of fun. It sounds funky. So now that I think about it, actually, I like all of the above. So I have no idea what my heck my mind even is at this point. That's right, it doesn't exist. Jordan. The Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Israel. And just to piss off more people, specifically Israelis and Zionites. Palestine. Historically, they should exist, but that's a different story. Then again, same with the Kurdish people. Kurdish. I'm adding a syllable because my tongue is vibrating against my palate, so I can't not add the extra. Kurdish. Kurdistan. Kurds. Kurdistan. And I'm typing Kurdistan. Well, I mean, that's a way to piss off the Saudis. That would be kind of fun. Arabia. At least the nationalistic ones, for that matter, I should say. Specify. But then again, yeah. People assume things all the time, so at this point. Bahrain. Qatar. I can always get close, but I can't quite say it exactly as they say it. I get so close, though. The United Arab Emirates. Oman. Oman, it's Oman. No? Okay. Oh, hey, fun fact about Oman. It's the only nation in the entire world that is actually majority and also ruled by Ibadi Muslims. So, the more you know. And also, they're the arbitrator of the Middle East, much like Schweiz, that is Schwetzel, that is Switzerland, and Europe has always been historically. It's actually really interesting, too, because obviously Iran and the Saudis have such a big, constant feud, and it's over theism because of the fact it's over which one that... Because that's what religions do. They always have. They always fight over who has the real one true God, or who has the real, the real story, the right one. And that's why they always fight, because of the fact that they hate each other, because Iran is the Shia stronghold, the Shia majority nation, and Saudi Arabia is the Sunni majority in Muslim nation. So it's like they're always at a feud. But then there's, like, an example, then you have the Uyghurs, which are always persecuted and annihilated by, like, whatever country they go and genocided. And then randomly there's just the majority of Badi Muslim nation of Oman sitting there. And it's just like, hey guys, how you doing? Okay, calm down. Let's figure this out. It's like, what? I want to know the context of how the heck historically the Sunnis and Shias decided that it's perfectly great to be a Badi. That's fine. They don't have any issues with the bodies. But if you're the opposite, Sunni or Shia, depending on which one you are, we're going to have a problem. Like, where the heck did that come from? You think that that's kind of hypocritical in a way. It's ironic. It's like, where the heck does that come? I tell you, people have never made sense. They've never made sense. Ever. I don't know what the heck. Like, it's strange. I don't freaking know. Anyway, what's left of, sadly, Yemen, which is the place that has Socotra. Or not Socotra, it's Socotra. Socotra, not Socotro. Whatever. I think historically it was an O and not an A, but at some point it shifted. Don't know why. But that's such a cool island. Cyprus. Screw you, Greece and Turkey. It is the whole Iceland. Isla. That is Cyprus. Danke. Is the Republic of Cyprus. Yes, indeed. Let's get Europa over this. Not that I have a problem with it, because I do not. Greasy Greece. People who need to learn to let go of the past, who just instead take excessive amounts of, almost offensive amounts of pride in it, to the extent that they're like, but 3,000 years ago, for 26 years, we owned and ruled over what is now the Republic of Macedonia, so they shouldn't be called Macedonia. We're offended. 3,000 plus years ago, for 26 years. Calm down. Like, that's Greeks for you. And man, does that make them fit with the Balkan region really well. Like, it just causes so much endless conflict. It's like, you guys need to learn to let the hell go. Speaking of a territory that in World War II ruled over the Istanbul Peninsula and the far east of Greece. Actually, it owned part of what is now Thessalonica as well. Thessaloniki. Which is Bulgaria. The Bulgars. Which I thought was hilarious. I actually would have loved to see them keep it just so that Greece could bitch all the time. Same with Turkey. It's like suddenly they're forced to actually be friends for once, which would be historically inaccurate. Greece and Turkey. It's like, yeah, what the heck, man? And then as soon as they get it back, then that's when they start fighting each other again. Here we go. The siblings are at it again. Macedonia. Also, technically, it was called Macedon, not Macedonia, back in the day. Just this, minus the IA. So, I mean, if you really want to spite a Greek, just rub that in their face and say, so technically, You're wrong. That's not historically accurate to your country. Albania. You want to piss off both Albanians and Serbs. Do what I'm about to do. Which actually, as far as I can tell, they aren't showing it. Oh, they are showing it as disputed. Okay, never mind. I was going to say they aren't showing Kosovo as disputed, but no. Yeah, there it is. Kosovo! And I love pissing off Serbians because it's the easiest thing to tick off a Serb, especially a Serb nationalist. Oh my God, it's easy to piss them off. You don't even, 90% of the time, people don't even try. They aren't even thinking negatively. And Serbs just immediately take the most massive amount of offense and they just go in an onslaught against the person. It's like, what did I do? It's like, it's their nationalism. That's the problem. Nationalism's always been an issue across humanity throughout history. It's always caused conflicts and anger. It's like, it's not worth the time. Serbia. Ba-ba-bum. Romania. Also Transylvania. But that's a different story. Romania. A Romance language country. Somehow. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia. I believe it's Vai, right? There. Where is the Govina? Speaking of something the Serbs like to blame on the Croats, and then you can piss them off by saying actually it was the Serbs who did it, even though that is actually the truth with the whole Bosnian genocide. But let's pretend that apparently reality isn't existent, so we can please the Serbs. Croatia, aka Dalmatia. And then you have Slovenia. Oh yeah, I put that real close to the Slovene border by accident. That's not pleasing at all. That's actually kind of tough. Slovenia. Ba-bump. Hungary. Hungary. Did you know Gary hung? No, I didn't either. But apparently that happened. He was also hungry when he hung, so what a shame. You could also do Transnistria, just for the heck of it, although give the Russians more, I was just about to type that because I was thinking it. Moldova, also formerly part of Romania, but it's a Russian majority there, and so they decided they had to split away from Romania, so goodbye to it too. Boink. And then Transnistria, which is this part over here. Decided they're even more Russian than the rest of the Russian majority of Moldova. So they want to cede. It's like, okay, calm down, people. You can't just keep saying, no, I'm more Russian. That's not how it works. But, I mean, I guess, you know what, if that's what you want to spend your life on, you know, go ahead. By the way, just in case you haven't known, I have Ukrainian in me. Which is actually how I get such a massive wingspan. I have a 7'8" wingspan, by the way. It's absurd. I'm 6'2", but I have a 7'8" wingspan, like inhuman levels of differential there. But and wingspan is of course always usually credited to Ukrainian genetics, and I do in fact have Ukrainian in me because from Carpathia, right around the border region with Hungary and Romania is basically where it came from. It's like the highest part, the most isolated part of the Carpathians of Ukraine. That's actually where my grandmother, my great grandmother came from. She lived to 103, I think, and she only had one lung. Like that's a testament to how tough those people are genetically. Like it's ridiculous, absolute brutes. Anyway. So that's always fun. Polska. So we got Polka. Poland. Land of the Pole. Land of the kielbasa. That's a really sad thing to be known for now that I think about it. I should think of something else. Place where police and military are completely suppressing and beating the crap out of and even killing people. White Russia. Belarus. Rus. Alexander U. bastard. Oh, you got to be like that. Kaliningrad. Kaliningradski Lietuva. Lithuania. Kaunas. And what is it? Klaipėda and Riga. And Latvia. Estonia, aka the place that really desperately wants to be considered Scandinavian. But you know what? That's not a bad thing to be Scandinavian. And honestly, they kind of do fit that, despite their history. In fact, they actually, in history, they were actually ruled over the Kingdom of Scandinavia under the Kalmar a couple of times, which is, or actually not under the Kalmar, because Kalmar is Denmark. It was Sweden. So, they're very proud of that history at that point in their time. And yeah, their personality, everything, the way their country is, 100% fits the Scandinavian stuff. It's awesome. So, damned to be Russia, I guess. Anyway, Estonia. Speaking of the devil, Estonia. Yes, it's right here. That's where Estonia is. Estonia. Finsk. Finland. Danish. Smemden, just east of Narnia, and just south, or no, just south of Narnia, just east of Norway. The fjords of Norway. Oh wait, no, I'm doing it again. This is the second time I've done that. I'm like, oh yeah, and then this is a brand new pin. No, it's the same freaking pin. You're just rebranding it. I wish I had a brain sometimes, but all I have is echoes. Sad times. Sweden. Boink. Norway. Mother Norway. You know what? Screw it. Mother Norway. I have plenty Scandinavian in me. Swedish. Dansk. Svensk. Spanish. Whatever. Norsk, aka Norge. Yes, I haze all three of them very heavily along with Deutsch, which figures. So I'm very, very intensely Germanic. So that's always fun. But anyway, what am I doing? Right, moving on. Island, Vernice, Island. I don't know why I'm so easy to amuse. Denmark. But, Greenland. I'm such a dork. Scotland, land of Scotty. Scotland, land of Scotty. England, land of Ingle. Actually, it's Angles. It's supposed to be England. Or England, yeah. Angle. England. We're going to call it historically accurate, except I don't believe it was double L. It might have been, actually. Old English? Yeah, it could have been double L. Especially, well, Anglo-Saxon. Because the Saxons came in, that's effectively... In fact, the Saxons were the ones who formed the first kingdom of England, the first nation state of England. So actually, it's technically a German state. But, shh, don't tell anybody. Wales. Wales! And then we get... Ireland. Venice. This is, of course, Svalbard. And Jan Mayen is right here, which are part of Norway. Very nice. Okay, stop rotating, please. Golly gee bobbert. Alright. Netherland, land of Nether. Netherland. Which is actually the correct name for the nation and the correct spelling. Believe it or not, Belgium, a nation that technically doesn't actually exist. That's actually a fact, by the way. It technically doesn't exist, but it also does. It's kind of the same with Schwetzel over here. Scheiß. So, I don't know. And then we got Francois. France. There you go. Really piss him off and say Germany. Actually, I forgot Germany. Whoopsies. Actually, I've skipped the entirety of Central. I almost said Asia. Oops. Although technically it would be correct because it's Eurasia as a continent, and this is a subcontinent, so technically not actually a continent, but that's another story. Anyway, what am I doing? España. España. Portugal. Port of Gull. Gull of Port. There we go, doing it again. Portugal. Wait. Or is it actually? No, yeah. Portugal? I just don't know how to spell it correctly. I think it... Oh, Lord above. I have no idea how the heck to spell that name. My bad. I'm sorry. I'll just go with that at this point. Anyway. Italia. And no, Campania. Bari. Sicilia. Or that good stuff. What am I doing? Malta. Malta. I know I was forgetting somebody. Actually, I'm forgetting a bunch of micronations now that I think about it. Oop, better do it while I'm thinking of them. Malta. Actually, that might be Malta. No, it's not. This is Malta. Oh. Mallorca. Sardinia and Corsica. Anyway. Cool. I know names of islands. Crete. Anyway. What am I doing? Great question. I have no idea. Gotland. Shetlands. Faroes. Which I believe are administrated under Denmark. I don't think they're fully autonomous. Might be. I don't know. Or independent, not autonomous, so sovereign. Is the word I'm looking for. Right. So, what we want is Roma. So it's about here, I believe. Is San Marino, which actually that's a nation I would not mind visiting at some point. I know they don't really want any tourism, but I would still love to visit that because that's a gorgeous place. Not for the religious history or its history even, except for like the castles. That would be kind of cool, obviously. I mean, you know, there's always some interest in something medieval styled to me, but just the scenery of it. It's tiny, but it's like it would be such an enchanting little place to be. I'm gonna pretend the Vatican doesn't exist because screw the Catholics. Boy, to piss off like 1 billion people in the world. Fuck the Catholics. I don't know. I'm a very ornery person. I love to be an asshole sometimes. So especially in these things, I like pissing people off because it's too easy to do it. So I'm just going to pretend the Vatican doesn't exist as a nation. And this is Monaco. It is No, it's Monaco. It is that way. Although Monaco, I heard really soon. I don't know why I was going to use recent because it's past tense. Really soon, apparently, in the next like 10 years or something like that, I think if I remember correctly, Monaco is officially due to become part of France. And it's no longer going to be an autonomous nation anymore. It'll be an autonomous city-state, but it won't in France, but it will be administered by France after that. Which is pretty funny, actually. I think about it. Actually, you can see one of the micronations here. Oh yeah, I forgot about little old Liechtenstein. Yeah, little Liechtenstein. People love Liechtenstein, man. Liechtenstein, whatever the hell. However the hell you want to say that. I believe it's supposed to be said Liechtenstein, but I don't know. Or Liechtenstein. I think it's Liechtenstein. I think that's supposed to be said. And I'm typing Liechtenstein. Andorra. Venice. And then we're gonna go with this little Liechtenstein, which is slatted about. Actually, you can even see Liechtenstein, even though it's so freaking tiny. I think it's 40 square miles. I think is how big it is. It's really freaking tiny, man. You could walk that in like probably less than an hour. Well, I say that. No, I think there is a parts of it you can. I think actually most of it you can, border to border, which is pretty funny. Liechtenstein. That's not quite right, is it? Whatever. Liechtenstein. Schweizer. Schweiz. Oops. Schweiz. I'm going to spell it in the Deutsch way. You know, you have Genevieve and all that. That's in François. In Lucerne, which is also François. Ronqueuil. We're going to go with the Deutsch. I like it. It's a lot more fun anyway to say it that way. Plus, I don't remember how the heck you say it in French. French. Plus, I despise that language. It literally makes me physically ill. Like, I don't know why. Just my entire life, I've always had that. And it's not like anybody in my life has ever disliked French. In fact, I know more people that like it than are just neutral to it. I'm the only person I know that I've ever met in my life that legitimately has always been physically ill by the French language. It's just terrible to me. It's the most, especially the accents too. It's literally makes me gag sometimes physically. Like, it's that psychological of effect on me. It's just, and well, it's psychological and physical, obviously. I hate that language so much. And the accents of French, it's just so bad. What am I doing? This is Czechia. Oops. Czechia, aka the Czech Republic. Czech, whatever. I know it's technically CH when it's CZ, but you know what they say. Did I put that right? Yes, okay. I keep forgetting Slovakia is actually technically to the southeast. Slovakia. And that's everybody in Europa, right? I have a bad habit of sometimes forgetting one or two nations. I did. I forgot England. Didn't I? No? No, it's buried underneath Wales. Huh. My evil plan, I didn't even realize how it worked. Beautiful. Screw you, England. Screw you, damn birds. And I went to Africa. Egypt. The old days. 52 minutes. Nice. I think it's better than most people could do with this many nations, right? 52 minutes. Especially considering how easily distracted I am. I'm actually making really good time for as many nations as I'm going through. I feel like. Especially considering I don't have any time constraints on me to do this. It's nice. Sudan. Sudan. Khartoum. Although Khartoum. It's Khartoum. No, it's Juba, South Sudan. So it is Khartoum for Sudan. Okay. Sudan. Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Djibouti. Djibouti. I don't think it's supposed to be capital J, but we're going to stick with it. Eritrea, or Eritrea, as I would say it. Yeah. That's how you spell it. Somaliland and Somalia. You know what? We've been doing it with other things here and there just to pick on people. I'm going to do it. Somaliland. I'm pretty sure there is an A in Somaliland, even though you don't say it. Because logic or something. I don't know. People are weird. Somalia. Kenya or Kenya, whatever the heck you want to say. It's like zebra and zebra. I don't know. It's probably, either way is probably correct. Kenya. The big ass one is Uganda on Lake Victoria. Loch. What am I doing? Right. Uganda. And then Burundi and Rwanda. I believe Burundi is the one in the middle, and Rwanda is the one on the bottom. But I'm not entirely sure about it. But we're going to stick with it. Burundi. That doesn't look right to me. I don't think it's a U next to the B, but it might be. I don't know. Something doesn't look right about that. Rwanda. Actually, I don't even think there's an A. I'm pretty sure it's literally like that. I'll probably be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Especially when I second guess myself. Tanzania. Tanzania. Serengeti and Kilimanjaro. And then Mozambique. Mozambique has had such a diverse history of nations ruling over it, man. It's ridiculous. They had Oman. I think they actually had some of India, or one of the kingdoms of India, I think, somehow managed their way down here. But Oman was a big part of their history, man. It had a lot of time that they were ruling over Mozambique. And actually parts of Tanzania, I think, too, but mainly Mozambique. And then, of course, the one that everybody thinks of in modern day is either Portugal or France. And I'm pretty sure it was Portugal that had it colonially for the longest time. And then it went under France after that. And I think that's exactly why it got the name of Mozambique, because that is Portuguese and not based and not at all French. So, yeah. And then Madagascar is, of course, or I say is, was a French colony. Madagascar. Malawi. Malawi. I always say Malawi. 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 No, Malawi. No, I think that is it. I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting my head to put syllables in order right now. I didn't actually get the best sleep last night. I got more, I think, than I thought. But at the same time, it's a lot less than I should have. Or a person should get. So my head is feeling a little bit weird. Plus, of course, I'm doing intermittent fasting. So I've only eaten a small handful of trail mix today. That's all I've had. Like, normally I wouldn't eat anything until basically shortly before I go to bed. So that on top of it doesn't exactly bode well. Although I feel overall pretty energized and well today. So I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. This is all relevant. Nobody probably cares, but hey, that's me. I do that all the time. Everybody, I've actually pissed people off so much to where they call me tons of prerogatives, tons of names. Or not prerogatives, pejoratives. I knew prerogatives was not the right word. Pejoratives. So tons of names. Just telling me how horrible of a person I am. Literally only because of the fact that that's just how I talk and that's who I am. I just talk a lot. So I say whatever's on my mind. And because they didn't ask for my opinion or something, or they didn't ask about it, I've literally made people hate me. Like, legitimately pure hatred. It's like, just by that, because I didn't ask you. It's like, that's just how I talk. I just talk a lot. I'm sorry. Again, people are freaking weird. I'll never understand human beings. They're such puzzlingly, intensely illogical creatures. I don't understand. But anyway, this is Zambia, right? Yeah, because Zimbabwe is the round one beneath it with the horn. Zambia is the funky shaped one that almost looks like it could be what am I thinking of? A pancreas, a very diseased pancreas. And then Zimbabwe is this feller. Then you have Botswana. Botswana? Oops. I knew that didn't look right. Botswana. By the way, speaking of Botswana, if you guys want a really good book read, definitely look out for the book Cry of the Kalahari. That is a phenomenal book, especially if you have a really good quality imagination while you're reading it, or somebody's reading it to you, or you're listening to it. It's the most perfect book for that, man. It is so fantastic, and even more so if you like nature. It is so awesome. The damn. So definitely that's a recommendation I have. This, I'm trying to think, which one is Lesotho and Eswatini? This is Eswatini. Eswatini. Formerly Swaziland. This is Lesotho. Or as people would say in the English-speaking world, Lesotho. Lesotho. Nation with literally 3 freaking capitals. Because they have a... You know, if anybody from South Africa can explain to me why the heck it somehow seems to make sense to their government down there, your guys' government, or to you guys, if it does, in South Africa, I would love to find out what it is that was going on in the heads that made sense to have 3 different capitals so heavily spread out across the... Oh, there's 2 of them really close together, and there's other ones. But yeah, because you have Bloemfontein, or however the heck you say that name, Johannesburg, or Johannesburg, whatever. It's technically German, so I would say Johannesburg. And then you have Cape Town. Those are your 3 capitals. I don't understand why you have your capitals, 3 capitals, to the extent where each of the, like, they're split off in the sense that one's the executive branch of the government, another is obviously the legislative, and then another one is the judicial. I don't understand why, though. That just doesn't add up to me. It's just strange. I don't know. So I'm gonna really quickly text my sister because she just called me. Tell her I'm live streaming currently. So how's that? Hopefully it wasn't anything too important. How the hell did that fall that far? But yeah, it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, anyway, so there's that. I'm gonna drink some water. Because you want to know that. Anyway, and you wouldn't have known otherwise, so yeah. South Africa. Afrikaans. Lesotho. I was like, you definitely should be able to show up. Namibia, aka German Southwest Africa. This is true. People actually don't seem to realize that Germany, Nazi Germany, actually had colonies in Africa. They had more than just Namibia, but Namibia is the famous one because it was called German Southwest Africa. And that was since it was the biggest swath of land they had in Africa, and it was right next to some of the allies, that's exactly, in a neutral nation that they were trying to absorb, which was Belgium. That's exactly why, in history, if you know anything about German colonization of Africa, that's the one you know of, is German Southwest Africa, aka what became to be Namibia, because it became a big focus point for the war effort. So yeah, it's just, it was really weird. Like, it was tripped me out when I first learned about that. I'm like, holy shit, they had a colony in Africa. Yeah, it's very interesting. But it actually does kind of explain some more of that Germanic influence, because obviously the reason why Afrikaans exists, and you have something like Johannesburg, is because of the fact that it's Dutch. It's from the Netherlands, because the Dutch, of course, were the first colonists down in Mozambique. Well, the first... Actually, yeah, the Dutch actually had colonies in Mozambique as well. But I think maybe even through Tanzania. But yeah, they were one of the first ones. In fact, they were the first one into the South Africa area, which at the time was governed by both Zulu, I believe, along with Orange. And Orange was a tribal nation. But it was, or kingdom. Yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. And of course, the Swazis, which is Eswatinis, or whatever nowadays. But yeah, anyway. So it is just kind of interesting that they got so much German influence down there. In fact, that's probably why it probably should be said Botswana, because it probably is technically Germanic. But, and of course I'm just digressing as usual. Namibia. Oopsies. Namibia. Angola. Nice. It's really off center, but okay. Remember the days of, I always say this. Remember the days of Zaire? Yeah, me neither. Speaking of the Belgians. Zaire. DRC. Democratic Republic of the Congo. Which is the one that has Kinshasa, I believe. And then the city I always forget the damn name of, directly across the river, which is technically the same city. It was just split in two when, well, the nations kept having their fights and decided that they were going to become two. Also, this is an enclave, or sorry, an exclave of Angola. I always thought that was kind of interesting. It's like, how, where and when and how and why did they get that random exclave? Between the two Congos. I don't know. Were they an arbitrator? I don't think they were an arbitrator. I don't know. That's interesting. Anyway. But when the Congos were together, they were called Zaire. So, in case anybody didn't know that. Because they were both under Belgium at the time. That they were named that. They had a arm holding a torch. A burning torch. For their flag. Which I thought was kind of cool. I guess they thought those too tribal though. And so they both traded it out for modern French-like flags. And also, I believe they're both considered Francophone nations. Which means that they speak more French than Belgian. Even though Belgian is kind of like a weird bind between German and French. So, they're just a confused people nation up there. Explains why they've never been able to get along with each other, even though they're the same people. It's like, Wallonia! No! Flanders! Oh, for Christ's sake. Anyway, Congo? This is Equatorial Guinea. This is Gabon. That's what it is. I have the hardest time remembering Gabon's existence for some reason. Gabon. That's one of the nations I always forget. And I always forget the main Guinea, which... Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is Guinea, right? Or is this Guinea-Bissau? Christ's sake. Because Burkina Faso exists. And I'm pretty sure... I always swear that this is Burkina Faso. Which means that this would be either Guinea or Guinea-Bissau. I want to say it's Guinea-Bissau. So where the hell is Guinea? Because this is Sierra Leone. This is Liberia. This is Cote d'Ivoire. Okay. Ivory Coast. This is Ghana. This is Benin. This is Togo. Either that or have them reversed. I'm pretty sure this is Benin and Togo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, this is Nigeria. This is Cameroon. Equatorial Guinea. Which this is part of Equatorial Guinea as well, so. Fun times. CAR, aka the Central African Republic. We already sorted all that out. This is obviously Chad. Chad every team. Libya. Niger. Algeria. Morocco. South Sahara. Mali, Mauritania, Senegal, the Gambia. So it's literally just between these two. And I'm pretty sure this is Guinea-Bissau. And that meaning this is Guinea? However, I swear in my photographic memory, it was shaped like this. Just the regular Guinea. And I'm dyslexic, so I have no idea which one's which. I just know that one's Guinea and one's Guinea-Bissau. Also, I just named off all the rest of the nations without labeling them, so technically I shouldn't have to label them anymore. It would take a lot of time. But yeah. So yeah, I know all the nations of Africa. And I remember them all too, which is remarkable. It's been, I think, a little over half a year since I last did anything, and it was actually with Africa. So, yeah, it's actually surprising that I've even... In fact, I haven't even touched, I haven't even touched Earth since then. So it's actually really interesting that I have that memory now. But then again, I guess it shouldn't surprise me. All right, well, anyway. Cameroon. Let me quickly go through these. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea. Everybody's got to have a Guinea in the world, I swear. On the moon and the stars in the sky. To move heaven and earth down that there was part. All for one you need to stop being in my head. Speaking of a one-hit wonder from the 90s. Togo. See, that's the thing. I could actually have some of these reversed. And I wouldn't really realize it. Also, there's another island nation out here I'm forgetting about. It's, Timor. Timor-Leste. That's that. No. Timor-Leste is also in the Orient with Indonesia and East Timor. It's just Timor then, isn't it? I think it's just Timor. Because there's always that little tiny island nation out here, which is this one. And I want to call it... I always end up referencing it when I say Timor and Tombagovish, which usually means I'm referring to time when I'm doing that. Timor being time. Tombagovish just because I thought it was fun. And obviously Tombagovish is my corruption of Tobago, which is Trinidad and Tobago, which is over, obviously, in the Caribbean, just north of Suriname and French Guyana, which is a department, home of the second Eiffel Tower, ha ha ha. And then, obviously, Guyana, which is British Guyana. So, but it's mainly the other two, the first two I mentioned. Anyway, so yeah, in case you didn't know that, that's where my whole Trinidad and Tobago, or Timor and Tobago, rather, phrase comes from. Is those two smushed together? Because for the longest time, I actually got dyslexic, and I thought it was Trinidad or Timor and Tobago, and not Trinidad and Tobago. So, anyway, Benin, Burkina Faso. I love saying Burkina Faso, especially when I'm tired like this or I lack sleep. My head, I just enjoy saying it, and then I end up annoying myself with saying it so much. Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. Faso. I don't know why I'm saying Faso, but I would say Burkina Faso. I don't know why. Ghana. Cote d'Ivoire. You know, I'm going to spell it the French way. Cote. Which side of the D does it go on? I think it's this. What the heck? Cote d'Ivoire. I think... Oh, no, there's another I in that, isn't there? I think it's this. I think that's how you spell it. No. I'm going to go with that. I think it is how you spell it. Cote d'Ivoire. Okay. Ivory Coast. Anyway. Liberia. Fun fact about Liberia. It used to be a U.S. colony. And in fact, that's exactly why. It's the only nation in Africa that the U.S. actually has a base in, I think. Or, well, not a base. Sorry, that was the wrong term. I meant the only nation in Africa that they actually have a proper, true, full-on alliance with. And they kind of treat it almost like a protectorate of old. Although they don't really do anything for Liberia at all. The U.S. never has, because they don't actually give a damn about any of it. I mean, Puerto Rico is a great example of that. Then again, so is American Samoa. And so is Guam. They don't give a damn about you. U.S. government will never give a damn about you. Because they never give a damn about people. But that's a different story. For a different day. Anyway. But yeah, it used to be a U.S. colony, and that's probably why it has the flag it does. Pretty sure that is why. And if you talk to the Liberians, a lot of times they actually really do talk positively about the U.S. So, yeah. But actually, the U.S. kind of fucked them over royally. And the U.S. didn't even want them. They're just like, you know what? Fine, I'll take it. And I think it was France that gave Liberia as a colony over to the U.S. in the 60s because of the fact that, of course, that was the period of heavy decolonization. Like the UN enforced it to where all the colonial nations had to decolonize and give them independence and autonomy. So Sierra Leone, which it was for me, it was a very entertaining, amusing, and hilariously painful experience. You can actually look at my geography challenge videos playlist, and you'll see very clearly one of the Africa focused ones I did, and all I could think of was Freetown. You're Freetown, and it was a flag. It was going by flags, and I'm like Freetown. I knew the shape, but the problem was I had to type in the country name, and I'm like, what the hell is your name? I couldn't remember the name. It was I just remembered Freetown. It's like, good, you remember its capital city. Great, that's really helpful, bud. You remember its location too. You just don't remember the damn name. Sierra Leone. Is it with the I in between the A? I think so. Mountain is what Sierra means. Well, actually, it means mountains. That's what Sierra means, I believe, right? Or is it just mountain? Anyway, yeah. So, like, yeah, Sierra Nevadas means, the Nevada mountains. So, in case you didn't know, it's like the Alps just means mountains too. So, when you say the French Alps, you mean the French mountains. So, the Swiss Alps. Swiss mountains. Austrian Alps. Yeah. So, Alps is mountains. And so is Sierras. Sierras are mountains. That's what it means in Spanish. So, that's pretty cool. Anyway, since we're here, Mali. Niger. If you want to be a skid old Southern boy, Republican, not quite care or necessarily understand how the heck you say it, you're instinctively saying nigger. That's so bad. Whenever I like to RP and pretend and act, literally like an actor act, take on the role of like a true from the sticks up in the hollers of the south end of the Appalachians or something type of Southern Republican cliche hick, from way up in the hollers, having hootenannies in the barn with your pig, which is a kind of a cruel stereotype, but hey, it's true for some. Not just has always been very, very few, rare few, but yeah. Anyway, that's why I like to take on that role because it's just a lot of fun to do that. Southern accent, I like to think that I'm a Southern boy. Anyway, and I always like to specifically look to Tennessee, which is technically a southern state, right? And you have Appalachia there. So I like, it's super, like, in modern day, like, it's like, council culture would instantly be like, you deserve to die. But, chatty nigger, honestly. Montenegro. Montenegro. I forgot Montenegro. I knew I was forgetting a nation. I forgot Montenegro. How could I forget Montenegro? Here's a fun fact about Montenegro that a lot of people don't realize. And I guess unless you watch geography now. Montenegro is the sleepiest nation in the world. In fact, they literally have a literal nationwide contest to see who can take the longest siesta, the longest sleep, the longest nap. It's not a joke. Like, they love to sleep, and they sleep all the time. It's literally something they take pride in, national pride in, is that they're the easiest to find napping nation people in the world, which is great. Actually, it's a really cool. It's especially in the Balkans. I mean, you got to be kidding me. That is a fantastic, phenomenal thing to be known for. as people. Something so docile, laid back, free spirited. Just like, yeah, we're really good at sleeping, man. We love it. It's great. You should try it sometime. Join us. Yeah, you know what? I think a lot of us would love to do that. Unfortunately, a lot of us live in a place, in a nation that is so capitalistic predatorily that they want you to slave until you die as a cog in the system. And you pretty much don't usually get any choice. So that's always fun. But anyway, I'm digressing again. This, I'm going to say, is definitely Guinea-Bissau. Oops, it's a hyphen or dash. 8. Oh, sudden airplane reference. Bissau. Guinea-Bissau. Oh. Speaking of dyslexia, pretend you don't see that dyslexic error there. Guinea. Guinea. I did not dyslexic that one. That's pretty nifty. Nifty, lemon swifty. Senegal. Boink. And actually, I'm saying and as if I'm done. I'm done with West Africa, I guess. Well, not geographic West Africa, but West Africa and whatever be considered West Africa, which is actually Southwest Africa, but also just West Africa, but also South Africa, but also not, because geography is great. It's South North West Africa. No, that's not right either. Well, it actually could be right if you separate all of the directions. Oh man, that is actually really brutal. Well, Gambia, man. But hey, stop, drop, collaborate, and listen. I back with this brand new invention. Something grabbed a hold of him tightly, blew like a Glock with daily nightly. Will ever stop you? You don't know. What am I doing? Mauritania, whatever. I don't know, man. How about Jollof? I'll take it. How about Timbuktu? How about the Malayan Empire? How about the Mauritanian Empire? I just have the biggest issue there. South Sahara. Props to you guys. Although, I think they renamed themselves again to something else, didn't they? It's not South Sahara anymore. I think it has something to do with Islam. I can't remember. Morocco. Marrakesh. No, it is Morocco. Right? I don't think there's a double R in it. I'm pretty sure it's double C. Double T. Charlotte's Weeb. Charlotte's Weeb. Let's see. Yes. Weeb. Because that was the last word that I said. My brain's very broken. Beyond repair. Oh wait, that's right. I echoes because I don't exist. Whoops! Now suddenly I is my brain, or my brain is I. Is me. That was before I even had the thought of saying, and before I said me, I was typing me. Wow, okay. Tunisia. Tunisia. Tuni from the Tuni Empire. Tunisia. Libya. That's not how you spell it, is it? It doesn't look right at all. I don't know which place the Y goes. That does not look right though. Is it really YA? It looks better, but I still don't think it looks right. I'm confused. Montenegro. Where is your face? I know exactly where it is. It's right here. So it's gonna hide Macedonia. Damn it. What's that? Montenegro. Which negro or negro? Literally all it means. Oh, it's not gonna hide Macedonia. Yay! It's gonna hide Bulgaria. Oops. Yeah, negro or negro literally just means black. And, well, Latin culture. So, specifically, oh, good stretch. I feel good. Specifically, if my brain would work, Hello? Brain? Please hold. What was I talking about? Oh, right. Spanish. It literally just means black in Spanish, so. The more you know. You know what? This is useless, but I'm going to do it anyway. I am actually forgetting you. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm forgetting the Central African nations, too. I'm at least getting the Central African Republic. What are we doing? Cape Verde. And then, let me think. What is it called? I know Apia. No, not Apia, but Apia. Why did I come up with that? That's the capital city of Samoa. What the heck? Madeira is out here, and these are the Azores, I believe. I'm not remembering these unchanged names though for some reason. I have no idea why. I'm drawing this hardest core blank right now. So sure, why not? Timor. Yeah, there's 3 places in the world with the name Timor for some reason. I don't know why. This is Saint Helena. This is Asunción. And Tristan da Cunha, I believe, I want to say he's here. Yeah, because that's a little north for the South Sandwich. This is South Georgia Islands. I don't think these are South Sandwich. Although Tristan da Cunha, I'm pretty sure, is isolated by itself as well. It's a tiny little island. But I don't remember where the heck Tristan da Cunha is. I just know it's further south. I think this is Tristan da Cunha. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to assume it is. We'll look later. Actually, it could easily be this one, because that looks way more isolated than this. There's 2 islands here. There's one here. But I'm going to go with that. Because the other one seems... Is it? No, it's with it. Not Chuna. Kuna. Right? It's something like that. Tristana. Tristana da Cunha. Yes, it's a woman. Yeah, because that's South Georgia. I already know that. So I'm pretty sure, and I think this applies to South Georgia too. I think these are the South Sandwich Islands down here, I think. It could be these. Yeah, they're further off. I know that these are French departments. What the heck are you again? Okay, yeah. Those are French islands as well. Cool. Cool beans. Alright, so... Actually, before I do this, I'm going to just name them off as fast as I can. Even though I already have a video that I did it in, I think, like 12 seconds. 12 or 13 seconds. I named every single country. And then I got thrown off. Because of these a-holes. They threw in the frickin' Falklands as if it was his own thing. It's like... You're so mean. You didn't. I don't think they threw in the Galapagos because it's part of Ecuador, but they threw in the Falklands. I guess because it's part of Britain. It's weird. It shouldn't be part of Britain. It should be part of Argentina. That's just a fact, not an opinion. I'm just saying. Anyway, especially due to proximity. Come on. Anyway, so yes, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, Bolivar, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana. Suriname, French Guyana. There you go. Cool beans. And Easter Isla, which is, where are you? I'm zoomed out enough. I don't really see it. Here. Easter Island is actually a part of Chile. Why? I have no idea. Anyway, god damn it. Why do you have to be like this? Don't spin me round like a record. I probably have heard that song before. I just don't remember ever hearing it. Brazil. Paraguay. Hey. Paraguay. Uruguay. Uruguay, Montevideo. Uruguay. Uruguay. Argentina. Chile. Which I technically have family in. Though it's half family, technically. But obviously, I consider my brothers to be real blood brothers in purity. So I always have a hard time thinking anything about half brothers until something about it needs to be specified. Like, oh, I have family down there. Well, technically, but they're not actually related to me. They're related to my brothers because they're they're half Chileno. So hey, why not? And they look like they still look totally white. Like they look as white as you can get, other than like the Incan features of the shape of the head and the face, and how it keeps getting whiter and whiter as they get older, which is such a signature trait of Incans. And so they definitely have Incan in them, which is really cool. But otherwise, everything else, you wouldn't think they were anything but the whitest motherfuckers in the world, which is really funny. But what do you know? Anyway, Bolivar. We're just going to go with Bolivar. Simon Bolivar. Instead of Bolivia. Because that's why it's named Bolivia. It's after Bolivar. And then Peru. And then Ecuador. Oops. Ecuador. Colombia. Venezuela. Guyana. This is Suriname. And then the Francois department. French Guyana. Guyana. Venice. Then we go over here to Panamania. To Central America. Remember the days when there was a nation called the Central, or the United States of Central America? Yeah, me neither. But no, that was real. But Panama. And again, Colombians will say, remember when Venezuela and Panama were a part of us? Yeah, me neither. Oh, they remember. Costa Rica. They never really made any issues over it, other than these random ass islands. Is it off of Honduras? I think it's off of either Nicaragua, Honduras. I can't remember. Anyway, so there's that. Speaking of Nicaragua. Nicaragua. That's not spelled right at all. I'm gonna go with it. Immediately supplants it into the wrong place. Properties. lmao. This is where Nicaragua is. I am a ditz. All right, and Honduras. Honduras. El Salvador. Birthplace of MS-13. Yeah, they need to teach us more about these countries. Even if they're recently birthed, like, there's got to be some kind of history there that's not just simply, oh, by the way, they birthed MS-13. Cool. Could you really come up with nothing else? Other than teachers, by the way, that's where MS-13 comes from. Cool. Thanks, curriculum. I'm glad we're really getting educated here about El Salvador's history. Cool. Awesome. Great. I'm happy. I'm here. What the hell? Salvador. Capital, San Salvador. Guatemala. Antigua is a place of significance for that said family I was referencing from Chile. Antigua. Anyway, what am I doing? Well, to some of the family, I should say. Like, I think there's like 3 members that it's somehow significant to. What am I doing? Guatemala. Guatemala. Belize. Capital city used to be Belize City. And it burned almost entirely to the ground. And they decided to make a new one. And name it half after Belize and half after the river it's on. Nifty. Belize. I almost typed up Belize City. Because that was my last thought. Nicely done. Good job, good job, good job. Belize. I do not Belize. That's horrible. Cuba. Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take it to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego. I wanna take it down to Kokomo. Bermuda, which is still considered a part of Bhutan. A place they call Land of Ing. Got the Jamaica. Jamaica. I can never figure out if there's 2 eyes, and if there is, where each of the eyes go, and if there's just one, where exactly the eye is placed. I'm gonna go with that being Jamaica. Probably not. It's probably Jamaica, technically, but. Vaya though. Goddamn. The Caymans, I think, are just down here. But yeah. Haiti? Poor Haiti. Katie. Kaitai. Haiti. I did it again with a K. What the heck is wrong with me? Haiti. As I'm saying poor Haiti. Keep spelling it Katie. Kaitai. Especially with these guys, like the Dominican Republic. Domician. Republica. Haiti's never had a good history. They've always been so fucked over by everybody who's touched them. And then on top of that, the Dominican Republic basically does like this to them and then just tries to shaft them at every turn they can. And they have the audacity to ban them. Actually, I heard that the Bahamas banned Haitians from ever touching their islands in their nation. Like, what? I've never understood the Haitian hatred. Like, it comes out of absolutely nowhere. Like, there's not even animosity in the histories. It's just like, they decided one day to say, fuck you in particular, and we're gonna really fuck you over. Have fun. Like, they just decided one day, they woke up like, you know what, I despise your guts. I'm gonna ruin your life. I'm gonna make sure you stay in ruins. Have fun. Why? Because they're Haitians? I don't know. It's freaking weird, man. I do not understand it at all. Anyway, Puerto Rico. I would also say that Puerto Rico should not be trying to become a state. If anything, they should be trying to gain full autonomy as their own nation. I mean, yeah, they probably would have a really rough time economically and on their own, but I think they could still pull it off. Especially with Latin people. Like, there's no way you're not going to pull that off. The hardest freaking working people in the world are Latin. You're not going to fail at that. You're at that point, you're going to have that typical Latin mentality. You're just going to have at it. At that point, it's going to make you even work even harder and be more collectively determined together to really build to it. Now, I could do the rest of the Caribbean nations. The problem is that they're super tiny little islets. Well, not islets, islands. And I'd have to zoom in. But if I zoom in, they're going to be labeled. So I could just kind of toss the pins where I know each of these are. Like I know the Virgin Islands, both US and British are over here. And then right around here is the all the collective islands between the Dutch and the British and all that. What are they called again? I don't remember. I watched a video recently on a flight between the islands. It's a really short flight, but it's super cool. It's like an aviation enthusiast wet dream to fly these islands. But I don't remember what the island names were. I remember St. Lucia exists. Just because my sister went there for her wedding. But beyond that, I don't. I used either her wedding or their honeymoon. I don't actually remember which one it was now. I think it was their wedding, though. Actually, no, it wasn't their wedding. They were going to go there, and I think they did. But then I swear it was for the wedding, but it must... Didn't it happen before they got wed? I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember the exact timeline of that. Anyway, that's why I was tipped off to St. Lucia properly. Also, I remember its flag exactly because it's just a bunch of Paint Shop Pro or not Paint Shop Pro, Microsoft Paint triangles on a on a colored light blue colored background. It's pretty funny. I will do this though. Trinidad and Tobago because it's pretty large. I know Grenada's in this vicinity as well and all that, but in Dominica. But you know what they say. Too small. Said this. Trinidad and Tobago. Or is it Tobago? I don't know. I think it's Tobago. Oh no, is it just Tobago? I'm pretty sure it's Tobago. Tobago. Tobago? I don't remember exactly which one it is. But yeah, now we still have the island nations out here. I need to remember where Kiribati is. I know it's in this vicinity. I do see a capital city there. Oh no, they're really close together. These are bigger islands. So I'm going to assume that this, because this is sort of in that vicinity, this could still be Tonga. No, there's a capital there too. Actually, that's probably more likely Tonga. See, I'm having such issues figuring out. Yeah, these are definitely Solomons. I still have such issues figuring out where exactly Tonga is in the vicinity. Actually, there's capital cities here too. Okay, well then at that point, this is going to be Tonga, I'm pretty sure. Pretty dang sure. So I'm going to go with that being Tonga, actually. Obviously that's Vanuatu, that's why it has that capital city thing there. With that being Tonga. See how far off I've been on some of these here and there. These are pretty big though. So actually, I still want to say this is Tonga because these are pretty big. Yeah, I see a capital city right there. That's got to be Kiribati. I'm going to say that's Kiribati. So, or Kiribati for being English phonetical speakers. Kiribati. Kiribati. That's going to be Kiribati. This is going to be the Marshalls. The Marshall Islands. Remember when the Marshalls were under the U.S. as a territory? No, me neither. Happened though. Marshall amplifiers. Oh no. Oh, bad music joke. Marshall Islands. Marshalls. Did you know that the islands don't actually marshal themselves though? I know, sad story. Okay. I still want to say that's actually Tonga. But I also know there's a familiar island chain that is just south of New Caledonia that's in between Kiwi Land. But these are so big. I don't remember any other proper island chains being big like that. This is a oh wait, I see. I need the orientation here again. Yeah, this is Samoa, and that's of course American Samoa. I don't know why it has a capital city there, as if it's the same thing, unless these are all Samoa, and then this is actually American Samoa. This tiny little islet. I don't know. I don't see a capital city marker anywhere in these islands, so I'm not sure who those belong to. I don't think that's Kiwi Italian's territory. And then who the heck is this? Oh, Dear Doge. And then who is this? Also, no capitals there. There's a capital here, though. Who? I know what that island chain is. I still can't frickin' remember the name of it. My head's not allowing me to remember it. I just know that Pitcairn's right around there, which is technically, I believe, a semi-autonomous territory of Britain. I don't remember what the hell this island chain is for some stupid reason right now. It's killing me. Because I know it's in my memory banks. It just refuses to come forward. And also, this confuses me because there's a capital city here. But then there's one right here. I don't remember anybody being that far out. Oh, God. This is where the challenge comes in because I'm tired enough. My brain is unreceptive to this. It's like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to give any effort. So, no. Go away. Leave me alone. Stop trying to dig into me. I want to know because I know it. I don't want to give up on it, but at the same time, I want to keep banging my head against the wall. What is it? I know that island chain's name. I just don't. I know exactly what they are. I just don't remember what the hell its name is. And also, yeah, you got Fiji, obviously, Samoa, Kiribati, Marshalls, Solomons, Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Tonga. Why am I forgetting? There's another major chain here. I don't remember what one that is, but I'm now starting to think that there really should be another fairly common one that I should remember right now. That's about as well known as the others, but I don't remember its name or what the heck it is. Stupid running gag of place that doesn't exist. Then again, Denmark doesn't exist, so I should have said place that doesn't exist too. Second edition. At that point, if we're going with running gags. That's really actually quite frustrating. I don't freaking remember. God, that bugs me. That bugs me way more than it would bug anybody else. It bugs me so much that I'm not remembering the name these islands. It should be so straightforward. And my brain, like, on normal days, I probably would instantly be like, yeah, I know what that is. But no, of course not. My brain's being a dick. It's like, it's like, hey, I'll allow you to have everything else, every other place in the world, except these specific things. This would be Tonga. I'm pretty confident, especially from my history and spending 7 years of my life, believe it or not, spending most of my days watching USGS earthquakes. Yeah, I'm very familiar with this region because Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, Tonga consistently get a lot of quakes and big quakes. Like they're used to 7.0s all the time. So I'm pretty sure this is Tonga because there's a really familiar one in this chain right here between Kiwi Land and Papua New Guinea, and it's got to be Tonga. Also, I swear I remembered back in the day that Solomon Islands were considered a territory. I don't know if I said this before on the stream, but part of Kiwi Land. But then at some point, it was either Kiwi Land or it was Papua New Guinea. But I don't. I like how I did that UA on new. Either one, it was belonged to one of them, I thought. But I don't know. Why am I not remembering this damn island chain's name? Like, it's a lot of islets. I know, I remember it. It's not, my memory recall is not being my friend again. Like, look at this. I've done everything else. Everybody else I've got in the world. And my brain just, I didn't get Mauritius. Or the Seychelles, now that I think about it. Or, Seychelles, yeah, Maldives, that's right. These have capitals for some reason, but they're actually territories of, I think, Australia, both of them. Christmas Island, what's the other one? It's not Cocos, is it? Anyway. Of course, these are these are the Andamans, which still are under India. Oh yeah, Sri Lanka is a country. Oops. That was a Montenegro type blip in my brain there. Sri Lanka. I did say that in the beginning. I have a habit of forgetting just one other nation when I think I've completed everybody, and then I'm like, oh, my bad. I love how Myanmar's just sat there, like, oh, well, okay. I mean, I guess I don't need to be featured. All right. While I'm here, since I forgot about them, Maldives, which are their own nation. Would you stop rotating, please? I just want my fictional Mercator projection to be perpetual, thank you. This is Reunion, I believe, and this is Mauritius. Yeah, because Reunion, I'm pretty sure not only is on the outside, but it's also smaller. So this is Mauritius. Which apparently Mauritius, last night, had a massive oil tanker come up, run up on the reefs, and then just spill over 1,000 tons of oil. That was a Japanese tanker, which is bad. Mauritius. Oh, dang you, French. That's not how you spell it. I don't... Mauritius. I don't think that's how you spell it. It looks a little too short. Yes, I don't know. God damn it. And then there's the Seychelles and... What's the other nation that's in there again? Starts with a C, doesn't it? Those islands? Except I swore they were out here. But I guess not. Or actually, no, I was thinking over here. Because there's that one island in EU4 that nobody ever colonizes. That for some reason I autopilot to. Yeah. If you have any of those, what do you call it? What do they call them again? Plugins that allow you to see tags for videos and streams. You could actually see that I just went on, I was full on ornery, and I just went and so it was like saying, how to get views with trolling and stuff like that. Because it's just like, why not? Because it pisses people off. So it's guaranteed to get people usually to come in. Probably in the VOD state, when this goes into a VOD, people will probably come in and be like, "There's no such thing as a flat Earth, you idiots!" Like, and play it exactly to my card. That's exactly why I used that. You see, the Seychelles are up here, but there's only 2 capitals here, and they don't list any capitals over here. Like, I also don't know exactly how far I gotta go. Maroni. Comoros. I was right. It was with a C. I just didn't remember. So this then is going to be the capital of the Seychelles, I assume, right? Mayotte. All right. That's the, yeah. No, actually, no, it's a French overseas territory. The Seychelles aren't... I know Comoros is autonomous. Ooh, they have it in Arabic as well. Speaking of Omani heritage right there. Speak of the devil. Okay, that's helpful. I guess the proper one is the Arabic. Can I please click on it? Thank you. Nope. No information whatsoever. Cool. I didn't want to know about it anyway. The Seychelles. There you go, friend. What is your Victoria? Oh, hey, hello. I didn't realize that was also named Victoria, but it's French technically historically. Oh. Hey, I usually don't have 4 viewers, so why not? I'm just really interested to see, yeah, and when this becomes a VOD, what it's gonna be like. I guarantee at some point, with probably like 2 months afterward, then there'll be that one viewer that'll come in and be like, "There's no such thing as a flat Earth." You know why you're here? Because of the thumbnail. You know why I use that thumbnail? Congratulations. Thank you. Basic human psychology. What is the name of this island? Again, it's the Mahé. That's the one in EU4 that I always go for, because nobody ever opts to colonize that. Same with St. Helena. So I always go, and those are the first islands I colonize in EU4 automatically. I just go for both of them. It's like they get no love, even modern day. So I'm like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm gonna do that. It was really late that anybody actually truly, I guess even in IRL, actually went for this. But for some reason. And now it's considered one of the best vacation destinations in the world. I wouldn't know. I've only been as far as Reno from my home, so... Oh, boy. And you wouldn't know it, apparently, because there is... Beth Freeman, who is an artist from she actually makes guitars and stuff like that from England, did an England counties challenge on Instagram, and she wanted to see how other people could do, and I just went for it. And she's like, "You did a lot better than I did." It's like, congratulations, you're English. I haven't been past Reno. So, it's just the random stuff I know is stupid. I don't know. But anyway, Fort Louis. Because it's a reunion. Actually, no, this still says Mauritius too. Wait, this is reunion? I did get dyslexic with it and reverse them. Wait, so Mauritius is smaller. Oh no. Well, there's the first one that was wrong. See, I knew that that's how I'd end up being wrong with these things too. Rodriguez. Where is... Okay, which one's Christmas Island? This is Christmas Island. Okay, I did remember that correctly. You are hot. Cocos. Hey, it was Cocos, I remembered. Or Keeling. Yeah. I did remember, it was Cocos. It's Coconut Islas. Andamans. Okay, well, since we're already doing this at this point. These are, in fact, South Georgia, right? Oh, and South Sandwich. Okay, they're together. Oh, yes, and this is the Norwegian island. Which, of course, has a French name because the French gifted it to the Norwegians. Either that or they traded it. I can't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure they gifted it, though. But then, yeah, the rest is this is Francois. And the only reason why England's desperate for the Falklands and South Sandwich and Georgia and France loves to claim these still, and they're all about claiming all the other stuff, is because exclusive economic zone exists, which, again... no, Sao Tome! Not Timor, right. But there is 3 places in the world that are called Timor, or have Timor in their name. But the only 2 I'm thinking of. It was Sao Tome! Right, Sao Tome and Principe. That's what that is. That was not smart. Ow! Oh, temporary cyanitis. Oh, or not cyanitis, tinnitus. Ugh. Wow, that was a pop. I have never made that loud of a clap before in my life. Golly, you damn, that. Whew, it even sent a chill sweat through me. Oh my god. Sao Tome and Principe, that's what it was. Why did I think it was Timor? See, I need to listen to my gut more, because there's always something quietly and deep inside of me that's like, it doesn't sound right. Yeah, well, I don't pay attention to you enough. So, but yeah, capital of Equatorial Guinea is here. And that's why I say, speaking of EEZ, which I ranted about this before on my last geography video, actually. That was also a live stream, I think. Now I think about it. Well, actually, no, the last geography video was last 2 were GeoGuessers, but the EEZ has got to be the most horrific thing over here. Just because you have, obviously, Gabon, Sao Tome and Principe, Equatorial Guinea, which goes to here. Okay. And also here, apparently. But it also has this. But then you have Cameroon. And you have Nigeria. Close by, yeah. So, what? How the heck did they draw that EEZ up? That's what I want to know. And how is it that this entire region can be so war-torn, so consistently, persistently throughout so much history, but these countries are totally chill with each other? Even though their EEZ's got to be the worst mess on a map you've ever seen. Like, they're literally in each other's zones. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, it's got to be a horrific thing to look at. It's got to be god awful. I actually need to see an EEZ map that I can zoom deep in just so I can see that. Maybe I can get an overlay for Google Earth just so we can all enjoy the absolute agony that would cause us. The arbitrary borders that people draw. I mean, like, what's with the frickin' panhandle of Namibia? An example, like, the pointless random borders people draw, and they're like, "Yep, that seems right." I'm sorry? And of course, the borders are invisible too, so it's like, really? We know exactly where they are now. Okay? And we're cool with that. Right. Okay, that makes sense. The only time they actually borders aren't just arbitrarily drawn at random is, of course, when they're following terrain, especially crests of mountains or rivers. Except that's only at the time for rivers, because when you follow a river, courses change all the time, and then with human interaction, they change even more. So that's always fun. Is this Tristan da Cunha? Did I get it correctly? I did. I did. Very nice. Apparently, there's 4 islands, islets, to Tristan da Cunha. I actually nailed it because I felt like that one was too far south, and it was. I actually literally hit it on the head. And of course, that's St. Helena, which, by the way, you can fly to now, except actually, well, pre-pandemic. Except you can't. You might not be able to anymore. Another thing about this thing too. God damn it, that's horrible. Anyway, but you might not be able to now because South Africa Airlines has officially gone bankrupt. They're done. They're gone. South Africa Airways doesn't exist, and they were the ones who were running the flights to and from St. Helena consistently because of the new airport. I mean, Air Namib can take over because, I mean, a lot of the flights, even with, in fact, usually with, because of safety issues, the flights with South African Airways would actually come out of Johannesburg, and then they go to Windhoek, and then they go to Jamestown. Or they get to Jamestown, and if they had to go do a go-around, they'd then land back in Windhoek, or sometimes they would land in Jamestown, go straight from land in Jamestown, go to Windhoek, and then back. For, again, safety reasons. So, yeah. Oh, no, it's not Bloemfontein, it's Pretoria. Pretoria is the other capital. Bloemfontein. I hate that name. I hate that name. It is god-awful. Not even a playful child would come up with a name like that. It was Pretoria in Johannesburg. Johannesburg. Except they don't say that's a capital because technically there's only one official capital allowed by the UN for any nation to be listed internationally. So that's why it only lists the one. But technically, Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Pretoria are the three capital cities of South Africa. Again, I would love to know from South Africans how that somehow makes sense to split your judicial. I can't say judicial. It's like saying specific. It took me years to learn how to say specific instead of Pacific when trying to say specific. Judicial, executive and legislative branches into 3 separate capital cities. Like, that is really weird. I could see the one way it would logistically work is if, as a government, you want to prevent as many protests as you can, and also have a toss-up of which 3 cities the president might be in at any given time if there's unrest. So it's harder for them to become a target because you don't know which one they're going to be in at that point. Like, okay, sure, that could make some sense, but then at the same time, that's kind of authoritarian to do that. Like, in other words, we don't allow you to protest. We make it very difficult, so you have to travel all the way across the nation, and we know you're too poor for that. So, tough luck, kids. Try protesting some other nation. Like, in that sense, with that mindset, I could understand it. But just traditional logic, I don't. And yeah, I forgot to list Chad, Niger, because I got distracted. So I left, and then I said that I think when I was on South Africa, South America, that I forgot to pin these. But then again, VOD or whatever. Otherwise, you can go back, and you can verify that I even said them. All the rest of the nations that I hadn't labeled, including these, before I actually labeled the rest of them, except for these 3. So yeah. And then I'm going to look really closely. Tonga. Norfolk Island. Nope. Wrong, sir. So then this would be Tonga then, wouldn't it? Alofi. Yep. You see why I was questioning myself so much? Because I knew the Tongan Islands were a lot bigger than that. A lot bigger than this. And yet I still felt like, see, it's conflicting thoughts and memories. Cook Islands. Oh, that's right. You guys exist. I forgot about that. Papit. It's a cool name. Simple, but cool. No, this is Kiribati. I didn't remember Kiribati being so far out. Oh, Kiribati is at... See, I did say the Line Islands, didn't I, for that? I think I'm pretty sure I said that earlier. No, I'm going to have to go check. Slovakia. I think I did say Line Islands for these, though, which is pretty funny because I didn't realize that Kiribati was actually the nation that was in the Line Islands. Tuvalu! That's the other one. That's the other one. That's it. I was saying, and these are the Marshalls, of course. Yeah. Marshall Islas. Actually, the airport's up there. Though. So is the name. No, yeah, that's the Marshalls. That's our capital. Okay, cool. This is Nauru. Oh, right. I forgot Nauru exists. My bad. Nauru. I do know about my Vanuatu, though. And my Fiji. And my Samoas. Which is always nice. Bougainville. Officially gained independence. They're their own nation now. I don't know about the rest of the stuff, but yeah. What are you? Micronesia. So Micronesia's islands right there. Northern Mariana Islands are considered a part of the U.S. Oh, there's Guam. Oh, hello there, friend. What was the thing that was Guam? I thought Guam was up here. I swore Guam was north of Hawaii. What? Are these just seamounts? I thought those were islands, dude. My bad. Oops. What is this then? Wake Island. Oh, that's right. Wake exists. I love it. Literally, I was just talking about that with some other people. Look at the comment above you, my friend Tom. Look at the comment above you. The Northern Mariana Islands are a territory of the U.S., unfortunately. And this, of course, is indeed Palau, right? Hello? Hello? Yes, Palau. Palau. I love this. This is great. Here I thought I'd have to wait a couple of months. Nope. Maybe you were one of the ones who were here the entire time. I don't know. I just saw the number go up to 3. Your comment came in, and I'm like, there's one of them. With me, though, one of those people, like, I was thinking when I was doing it, I'm like, it doesn't even, like, for me with the whole flat earth thing, everybody's like, it's not flat. And I'm like, they act like it's like the end of the world if people think the earth is flat. It's like, does it change anything? Does anybody hurt? Is anybody died? Anybody injured? Anything go wrong? No? Okay. Why does it matter if somebody believes the earth is flat? Cool. You can believe the earth is flat. You can believe the earth is a sphere. You can believe the earth is made out of frickin' cheese and go full on Wallace and Gromit. I don't give a damn. It doesn't hurt or impact literally anything. Nothing changes. But yeah, I don't know. I just always found that was such a weird thing that people make such a big deal out of it. It's like, great. I don't understand why you care so much, but okay, sure. That's what you want to spend your time getting upset about and bent out of shape for? All right. All right, so what are these again? Oh, no, those are still the cooks. Wow, that was a major voice crack. I'm not 26, I'm 12. Hi, how you do? Pitcairn, there you go. So I was right, Pitcairn was down here. I was thinking it was either around here or it was around here, but it was down here. Pitcairn Islas, which is technically a depart. Well, I say department. The France was the only one with the departments. What do they call it in Britain again? Territory. I guess they call them territories too, right? Overseas territories. So Pitcairn's one of those. I believe it has autonomy, but yeah. So yeah, this is Kiribati or no, it's Cooks. Kiribati. Oh, I already forgot. Where was Kiribati? Here, because it's listed as the Line Islands, which is awkward. Is this also Cook? Yeah, they have a lot of islands in the Cook Islands. I'm immediately thinking of Les Stroud in his episode there, making a horrible joke about eating blue-footed boobies. Irony of eating booby breasts. He was, you know, it's not like he was 40. Truth, yeah. There was a multiple different titles I was thinking of it, but at the same time, I wanted to be straightforward about what I was doing. So, I already know though, basic human psychology. It's gonna be enough to see that thumbnail, and people are like. And I even thought about just leaving it as it was without putting the question mark on it. But then I thought, also, question mark could also draw more people in potentially, because they're like, this person's wondering if the Earth is flat. I've punched a hole in a globe before, if it's any consolation. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I've done it before with a pencil in school, in elementary school. That was cool. And it went unnoticed for like a year and a half. So the Earth is hollow. There, let's start that one. The Earth is a hollow. It's a hollow. It's made of paper mache. There we go. And I refuse to be convinced otherwise. Yeah, I always forget about Wake. It isn't. What is Wake under? As a territory, I can't remember. It is the U.S. It's claimed by the Marshals. Well, the Marshals used to be a U.S. territory. Then it was given to Kiwi Land, and then Kiwi Land said, fine, you can have your autonomy since you're fighting for it. Great. And then the Marshals were themselves. And, in my opinion, has one of the best flags out there. It's really simple, but I love their flag, Marshall Islands. Let's see if I can actually show that. Just by clicking on it. Getting, I don't know, wiki or something out. Wikipedia. Nope. It denied. Okay, fine. You mean absolutely zero information. That's nice. Nauru is the one I thought it was Kiribati. See, I thought that Kiribati, I don't know why. Like, I guess it's because of the Geography Now episode. For some reason, I thought that this was Kiribati. But somehow my brain literally flipped Kiribati onto Nauru. And I guess Nauru would have been Kiribati or something. Although I thought these were called the Line Islands, and they are called the Line Islands. That's why they listed Line Islands, but it's actually Kiribati. Whoops. I don't think they own the entirety of the Line Islands, though. So yeah, that's Adamstown with Pitcairn. I don't know why it's listed as a capital. I guess because it is kind of semi-autonomous. And this is Easter Island, of course. Yeah. Pascua. Good old Chile. I mean, that is out there. You have Ecuador, Galapagos, Chile, Easter Island. That makes sense. Then again, Falklands, Argentina, or Falklands and England. Because makes sense or something. Janman, Svalbard, Longyearbyen, yes. You're not allowed to, but it's illegal to die on Svalbard, by the way. And I hope you enjoy your stay, Tom. I really do. Yeah. I don't post or don't do content too frequently. I just kind of go with the flow of things. So if I'm feeling it, because it's the only way to do content, in my opinion, is go with your flow. I mean, if you're feeling it, go for it. If you're not feeling good enough to do anything, then people are gonna feel it, know it, and see it. So, and then nobody's gonna really like that because clearly you're not into what you're doing. So I go with the flow, but I try to stream Mondays and Thursdays because those are the days I get where I'm actually alone in my apartment because of the fact that I live with my mom. So, because, you know, cost of living, you know, always staying, or they're always rising up. And every time it rises up, of course, you know, income's got to always stay exactly the same. Just so they can always make sure you're just struggling enough. And it's alright. Me and my mom get along just fine, so no big deal. But, yeah. It's also funny, too, that statistically, in the U.S., actually 65% of the adult population in the U.S. actually lives with their parents or vice versa. The parents live with their kids. And yet, most people in the U.S. love to constantly harass each other for it. It's like, great, you're probably living with your parents too, because it's just the way that things are price-wise around here. So, I don't know. I just always found that weird. Also, here's a weird thing. Saint Pierre and Miquelon. France, why do you do this? Why you do this? Why you do this? To Newfoundland. Newfoundland. English, I swear. By the moon. Stop it. Yeah. Also, I didn't do North America. I just realized. Oh, that's kind of self-explanatory. I'm from here, so why the heck would I do it, I guess? I don't know. But yeah. Denmark and Greenland. And don't let them tell you otherwise. It's all lies. Also, Greenland does not, or, well, yeah, I guess in this context, Greenland doesn't exist. Nor does this place. It's a myth. They just want you to believe it, and so they put it onto maps, but they don't actually exist. Also, Tierra Australis. Tierra Australis. Yeah, you know, I guess I can see the separation between Australis and, or Oceania, and Zealand. Yeah, you can actually see the difference. You really can, yeah. You can see where the continents are. Interesting. But they're so close together. Why? I don't see why they couldn't be the same continent. But yeah. Also, yeah, we'll see what politically Kiwi Land decides to do with the claims over here that they settled a while back. Because now that they're technically realized they're on their own plate and continent, by UN law, with the ocean agreement, since they're on their own continental shelf, they can claim everything on it, technically, as their own sovereign land, and technically, it, therefore, by law, would belong to them? I don't know. Anyway, let's see if I got these wrong, alright. Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. Bissau. Nope, I did. I got them reversed. This was Guinea, and this was Guinea-Bissau. I had a feeling I'd do that. But yes, I got Burkina Faso. Correct. I don't know why I say Faso that way. Faso. Burkina Faso. It just comes out naturally that way. I love it. It's fun to say it that way. Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire. Is it with the I? It is. I remembered. I hate French. It doesn't matter. I still remembered it correctly. Côte d'Ivoire. Oh, these are together though. Okay, well, close enough. Yeah, you live with it. Monrovia. And then did I get these reversed? I did. Flipper. Togo. Benin. Nope. Togo. Benin. Benin meet Togo. Togo meet Benin. Again, I'm dyslexic. I have the hardest time not doing that. Car, obviously. Chad. Nigeria. Did I get these two reversed, by the way? Kigali. Yes, I did. This is Burundi, and this is Rwanda. So far, the only things I've gotten wrong are because of the fact, well, for the most part, minus Kiribati, I guess, is because of the fact I've been dyslexic and I physically reversed them from each other. I didn't reverse these though, right? Nope, got those right. Okay, so I reversed Rwanda and Burundi, but I did not do that to Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The Seychelles. I think that this is officially this is the Seychelles. Wait, no, I'm an idiot. I'm doing it again. I'm putting Mayotte on top of that. Never mind. I'm a dork. But yeah, I remember these correct. How do I remember that? How, of the most random things, how do I remember this is Kokos and this is Christmas? And also never actually confuse them. Like, it's just so strange. Is this part of the same territories, I assume? Yeah, it's gotta be. Antarctic lands. Southern and Antarctic lands. What am I thinking of? There's another island out here. Who are you? Who are you? Oh yeah, you're Rodriguez. Cristiano Rodriguez. Héctor Cervezo. Pacos tacos. I agree. Cocos. I swear there was a third island out here. Like around here. But I don't know, maybe not. Either that or is whoa, one of these. Could have been. I don't know. Ashmore and Cartier Islands, huh? Cartier. You know, the Dutch really got around, if you think about it, colonially. They never were able to hold on to the colonial lands and claims. Because Britain usually was the one who would always kick them out and raise their cities and their settlements. Except for the fact that España did that a lot with the Philippines and stuff. And over here. Although England really was the one who did that to them in these areas. But it's just like, the Dutch seemed first to everything colonially, if you think about it. They were the first, and what we consider the first colonial era, the first discovery of the Americas. The it wasn't Christopher Columbus who was actually, I think, Spanish, or I think he was Spanish. He was sailing on an Italian ship, I think is what it was, and he was working for the English. Either that, or he was. Actually, no, I think he was Italian, working for the British, but using a Spanish ship. Anyway, to explore, looking for the West Indies, or the India. So, and then they stumbled upon 1392, the east coast of the United States, what would become North America. But the thing is that he wasn't the first one to discover it, actually, because it was in the hundreds. Yes, the years, as in three numbers, the hundreds, is the 800s, in fact, that the first people that we consider colonial, or potentially colonial, that discovered it was actually the Norse, the Norwegians. They came over and they colonized parts of Baffin, parts of Greenland. They colonized parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. And in modern day, these are the places that they find the most history when they do digs. Or actually, even with permafrost melting in some places, they're finding more and more Norse settlements and buildings. But they've actually found Norse settlements from the same time period in Massachusetts, modern day. So, yeah, it wasn't just Canada. It was also technically the U.S. And you can actually tell that the Dutch first colonized what we know as Massachusetts and Connecticut, and even Manhattan, because of the names. Massachusetts is Dutch. Connecticut is Dutch. And Manhattan, Harlem, all of those names are also Dutch. That's exactly why they have those names. Hoboken, Dutch. Because of the fact that the Dutch were the ones who colonized the Americas first. The Norse were the first ones to discover it, though they never properly colonized because of the weird mystery behind them. And the Dutch were the ones in what we consider modern colonial history. And the 1600s, actually I think it was 1500s, that they first came and landed in what we know as Massachusetts, in the Boston area now. And they had built the first edition of Boston. And that was their first colonial settlement. And then shortly thereafter, they found themselves down on the island of Manhattan, and they formed Manhattan, which then would end up being called New York, because England. And of course, England, being England, said, yeah, we're going to have a problem here. And then they raised, as in R-A-I-Z-E-D, raised all of their settlements, and then took claims with them after fighting them off in a war, in skirmishes. And that's kind of the history of the Dutch colonial points. They were constantly warmongered out and had all their settlements raised everywhere they colonized. Really quickly, too. Other than, I think, South Africa, that was, I think, their longest lived colony. That was actually a proper large colony, not counting, of course, the Dutch colonies of the three islands they have down in the Caribbean. So, the more you know about this. And because it's this way, I can never spell Massachusetts correctly. No matter how hard I try. I always fail. And then Connecticut, because that's actually how it's spelled if you say it phonetically. Connect, I cut. Connecticut. but you want to spell it as you say it, which everybody says it Connecticut. Connecticut. Well, yeah. It's connect I cut. I always forget the T and the I. I always want to spell it. Actually, a lot of times I did spell with an I sometimes too, but or get rid of one of the C's or whatever. But it's just I'm very phonetic in my head, so it's like if I have the sounded out thing in my head all the time. So yeah. And then the third state, and the only third state I truly have the biggest issue with spelling the name of is Tennessee. Why? Double, double, double. There's 3 doubled letters in it. And because of the way my brain is, and how dyslexic it is, I like to do Tennessee or Tennessee. And on a rare occasion, I'll spell it Teennessee because that's when I'm really desperately trying to figure out, like, how is it spelled again? Because it's like the name itself was meant to be trolling people. It was meant to screw with people's minds when they're trying to spell it. Like, I don't know how to spell Tennessee. Yeah, I do, actually. It's just really hard to remember, especially when you're dyslexic, and this is how you spell it. What the hell? Arkansas. And the entire comment section's on fire again. The Michigan. I always like to call it Michigas. That was when I always used to have the hardest time spelling. But as of the last couple of years, I no longer... the last year. I've now automatically know how to spell that correctly. So there's that. So it's just down to the 3 of Tennessee, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. Yes, ma'am. Everything else is easy to spell, like Louisiana banana, newborn beans, Louisiana banana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indian banana, Wisconsin, place of rutabaga. Yeah, no, everything's really easy to spell. But before I go, since I pretty much have everything correct, I mean, I already know for a fact, I know it's kind of cocky to say, but I already know for a fact I have, all of Europe correct. I know I have, obviously, the Caucasus correct, the Middle East correct. I know I have Central Asia. That's the part where I'm saying it's cocky. But I know I have it correct. In fact, see. Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Kazakhstan. I have it all spot on. In fact, technically, if I wanted to, I could say Turkestan. Because the correct name for Turkestan is Turkestan, not East Turkestan. But they went by the name East Turkestan, and that's why in the English-speaking world, Xinjiang is said as East Turkestan. So there's that. Also, RIP Tibet. I've said this before in a few other geography challenge videos before, but I just feel like it's always worth saying. Tibet and East Turkestan, or Turkestan. Turkestan, and actually, no, not Turkestan, sorry. But Tibet, it was still an autonomous nation during the Korean War. The thing is that Tibet, I should say China, went into Tibet, occupied it, and then claimed it as their own, and refused to remove themselves during the Korean War until after the nations like the US and stuff were trying to sign that ceasefire agreement and stop the war. Because, of course, China was helping North Korea. The thing is during the war, since everybody was focused so heavily, that's not the Korean Peninsula, since everyone was so, Hainan Peninsula, oh my god, since everyone was so focused over here, The entire world, in fact, was focused so much over here in the Korean Peninsula during the war. And so everybody's talking about the red shirts, meaning the Chinese down in the Koreas. China was, and I hate saying this, they were smart enough to understand that since the entire world was paying strictly attention here, and they're like, oh, this is where we need to pay attention. This is where China's the threat, blah, 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 right? They're like, okay, nobody's paying attention. Why don't we go through the back door into Tibet, occupy it, and claim it as ours? And that's exactly what they did. And they also understood geopolitics enough, global geopolitics enough, in those kind of situations, because they knew they could then use it as a bargaining chip. Because technically Tibet wasn't part of any war. So in the signing of any agreements over the Korean War, by international law, they couldn't really do anything about the occupation of Tibet because it had nothing to do with the agreements they were signing, because that was strictly over Korea. And they knew that, which is why they selected that time, because nobody was paying attention, so that nobody would know until the agreement happened. And they're like, so Tibet is China now, by the way. And the international community couldn't really say anything to that because it's not part of the agreement. And so at that point, in order to avoid extra issues with China and potential other wars, they're like, fine, you can have Tibet. And that's how Tibet became a part of China. It became a part of China in the 1950s. In fact, specifically, officially in 1958, when the ceasefire was signed. So that's when Tibet suddenly lost its autonomy and no longer was considered a nation and instead considered a state in China, which is Qinghai. It's really freaking sad. It's just not Qinghai, is it? Is it? Oh, it is. Oh, wow. It's a lot bigger of a state than I thought. But yeah, so that's how Tibet became a part of China. And like I said, I hate having to admit it was a smart decision. It was smart recognition using basic common sense of geopolitics and all that. But, oh, it kills me inside to say that. Because I'm like one of those people that's like always for autonomy. So it's like if a set of people, there's a big movement, they want to become autonomous from a nation, I feel like automatically they should be allowed to be given autonomy as their own nation. And if they fail and they collapse, they collapse. And then at that point, say, in fact, you could do that as an ultimatum. Like, hey, if you guys end up failing and you collapse in on yourselves because it doesn't work out, you go back to the country that you were a part of before. And then if you really want to be logistical about it, you could say, also, to avoid this again too soon, we're going to make sure that at this point now you can't ever have a chance to regain your autonomy for another 50 years, say. So that way they have that good long time to try to figure out what went wrong and how the heck they could potentially figure out how to remain existent. Like that would be, I feel like, a smart way to deal with that kind of a gray area of politics, but and still allow the autonomy thing. So like Southeast Asia, Ossetia, whatever, Southeast Asia and Abkhazia, for example. Like, why not allow them to be just automatically give them independence? Like, all right, you know what? Here, you can have it. But if you implode on yourselves, you're going right back to Georgia again. And you can't do autonomy again for 50 years. Like, I know 50 is kind of arbitrary, but I figure that's probably like just a great amount of time. I mean, you could even lower it down to like 25. Because that's like a generation and a half or so of people. And so the other people that did it before would still be alive. And at that point, they'd be able to give insights and teach is what they felt went wrong, and thus give extra ideas of what they feel might work for them next time they seek autonomy if they do again. I think that would make a lot of sense. That way, do it for Kosovo as well. You know? And anyway, they're having fun up there. And anywhere else, for that matter, you know? Like, it just makes sense to me. But, yeah. Anyway. I'm going to see if I spelled Portugal correctly, by the way. I think I did, but it just doesn't quite look right to me. I can see the states. That's cool. Nifty. I think it's because I planted it too central, and that's actually where the name would normally show up. Portugal. Oh, there's no U in the go. Okay. Honestly. España. Mallorca. Or the Balearic Islands, as it were. Corsica. Sardinia. Piedmont. And you know, as I said, Campania. Told you, Campania. I know where Campania is. Yes, it's neat. Salerno. Napoli. Yeah. Amalfi. This is where all like the Instagram models end up. If you're Victoria Justice's sister, your name's Madison Reed, then yeah, this is where you go, because that's where the models all go. They go to Amalfi, but not just Amalfi. They go to the Amalfi Coast, because that's just what you do when you're a model. Why? I don't know. They always have such specific places that they, as models, that you like, you just get sent to, and it's like, but why? That is my question. Why does it have to be so specific? I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's like, okay, but that usually also means that it's a big tourism place. Like they're trying to promote tourism, obviously, at that point. So, but yeah, Salerno. Actually, I assume that is still within Campania, right? Oh yeah. Okay, Salerno is in there. Because Salerno historically was its own state, and it was really, really, it was actually very important historically. So I didn't think that was going to be a part of Campania because of Naples, but Naples is in fact a part of it. Oh wow! Wait a minute, this is still part of Campania too. Is Benevento? You gotta be kidding me. Benevento. I don't know how you say that, but yeah. Wow, I didn't realize it, but that was also a really important, historically important kingdom and state in Italian history. That's interesting. Wow. And then I always think of Bari for that, which is the boot. I'm pretty sure, right? Or is it the front of the boot or the back? I'm pretty sure it's the back of the boot. Bari. How is it? I'm not seeing Bari. I mean, I know Foggia. Oh, there's Bari. Yeah. So, also very historically important state and kingdom for a while. Roma? See, now I'm doing my typical thing. I'm getting lost in the map. I'm not even doing anything relevant at this point. I'm just lost in the map. Oh boy. Pula? Liechtenstein. I almost nailed it. Schweiz. Schwetzel. Praha. Wien. Yep. Anyway, I think that's about all there is to do at this point, isn't it? Because I pretty much covered everything else, so. Yeah, about that, man. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people have learned something with this today. Whether it's today in the live stream, or actually it's later in the VOD of this live stream. Either way, maybe you learned something today, whether it's Central Asian nations, and also how you say certain nations' names, like Kyrgyzstan, and that the people there are not Kyrgyzstani, they are Kyrgyz. That is what they are, and it's Kyrgyzstan. Is how you say it. And then, actually, here's a good one. I don't think most people realize. Azerbaijan. People are not called Azerbaijani, they're Azeris. They're called Azeri. Azeri. Yes. That's what they are. I wish I listened to my instinct that this was Tonga, because, I mean, again, so many things that were telling me it was off to select this. This is Norfolk. I knew it felt a little too close to this, but at the same time, I just had crisscrossing thoughts and memories. And they were technically semi-disassociated memories, so I should have just gone with this, because I knew that this was a big enough island chain, and it was still close to Fiji and Vanuatu, relatively, and Samoa. So I figured it had to have been Tonga, but I didn't trust myself, and I went with this instead. I shouldn't have second-guessed myself like that. I say this all the time. I do my best when I never second guess myself. If I just go with my first guess, I do better than if I go with my second. Because you're second guessing yourself, and that's not a smart thing to do, obviously. You're typically going to end up wrong at that point. So this is Tonga. This is Norfolk Islands. But New Caledonia, Vanuatu, Fiji, Solomon Islas. I was right about those. Obviously, I was right about Samoa. There's Apia. This is American Samoa over here, I believe. Pago Pago. Tokalu, I forgot about that. Tuvalu was the one that I was forgetting. That's a really well-known island chain in the vicinity. That for some reason I just wasn't remembering the name of. It was Tuvalu. And then the other one, which is these, it's like I knew exactly what these were. I just didn't remember the name. Cook Islands. And if you've ever been here for long enough, you would understand why I didn't remember that. And it's because of the fact it's this very, very basic, simple name. For whatever reason, I can never remember. Well, that's not 100% true. Obviously, it's not never remember. I usually don't remember simple names. I don't know why. And that's true for like general people. I mean, my name is Danny, so I've forgotten my own name. I legitimately forgot my own name before. People are like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like I literally stumbled. I'm like, "Danny. Danny's my name." It's just like, if I had a third hand, I'd apply it to my face too. It's like, God. Because it's a simple name, and I have a hard time remembering simple names. My brain just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe my brain thinks it's too boring or something. I have no idea. It's too common, therefore it's too boring, and it just dismisses it because it's like, nah, screw commonality. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But I did get there. I did get pretty much every place in the world. I got spot on. It's just I got Kiribati in the wrong place. I was technically right and wrong about Kiribati because I said Line Islands. These are the Line Islands, right? It's because they were. Oh yeah, Niue exists as well. That's what Lofi was. See, I knew that couldn't have been the capital Tonga. Because Niue exists. I forgot about you too. French Polynesia. See, I knew these couldn't have just been Tahiti. Tahiti! That's the other one I was forgetting about. Now that's a really freaking popular destination in the Pacific. I forgot about Tahiti too. I forgot about Niue. I forgot about Tahiti. I forgot about Tuvalu. I forgot about the Cook Islands. Tokelau. Oh my God! You've got to be kidding me. And see, I knew I had a memory of those. I knew what those were. Like I said in the beginning, I just for some reason my brain just wasn't kicking them out. But it's actually 2, not 1. I wasn't actually even sure, to be honest, how many there were. But it was, it was 2. Wow. Yeah, Tahiti. So yeah, that's a pain. So this is the capital of Tahiti, not the Cooks. I thought that was correct. That seemed right. And also, isn't Niue technically a part of the Cook Islands? I'm not entirely sure. I need to actually look at that. It's either itself or it's part of the Cook. Okay, well, I guess we're going to look that up. Unless this has a capital on it. Nope, this is a capital. Okay, never mind. So, yeah. Niue is its thing. Its own, which is what I thought. So this is Tahiti, which is in French Polynesia. And I knew that didn't quite click, that the name of the capital city of the Cooks would be Papeete. Papeete. But the thing is it's like I even mentioned I didn't seem like these belonged to the Cooks. And I think he even said something about Polynesia. It was like something like that. I don't know if I did. I at least I thought it in my head. That was enough to make me think that I said that. But yeah, no. That sucks. Also, that means Pitcairn's not quite as isolated as it seems, or I thought it would be. And this is, of course, the Easter Island, right? Yeah, okay. And then you are what? What are you? Are you still considered part of Tahiti? Or what the heck are you part of? I have no idea. I mean, there's airports, but I don't see any signs of towns, villages, or cities on these islands. It's an atoll over here. It looks pretty nice. Can I... Oh, this isn't typical maps. I can't click on that. I don't know if that belongs to Tahiti or who the hell that belongs to. But yeah, see, these are the Line Islands. I said that in the beginning. I was like, I'm pretty sure these are the Line Islands. What I didn't realize, so that's what made me half correct that this was Kiribati, because I was thinking of Kiribati and I said, I think these are the Line Islands though, and I dismissed it. That's because they are the Line Islands. I just didn't realize that Kiribati was the nation in the Line Islands. If I had known that, then I probably still would have selected Kiribati over here instead of over here. And then this, of course, was Nauru, which is, to be honest, actually, that's a third one. That's a third really well-known one, along with Tuvalu and the Cooks that I didn't remember. I knew I was thinking of something with a T. I knew it was something like this. Vanuatu, Tuvalu. I knew it was something similar. I just didn't remember it. And then I realized these are the Cook Islands. I'm like, oh yeah, those exist. Right. Les Stroud Islands. Yeah, okay. Nauru, though. That's one I forgot as well. So there's 3 of them. And Tokelau, I don't feel like is that well known. It's more well known than some of the others in these islands chains. But there's less than Kiribati and even the Cooks, let alone Tonga, Fiji, Samoa, Solomons, Vanuatu, Marshalls. So like it's stuck in the middle, and Tuvalu, and it's stuck in the middle of all of them. So as a result, it's kind of unknown. It's like not really that well known, but it's just close enough to all of them that it is sort of known by a small minority. But it's a big enough minority that I feel like it's kind of just stuck in limbo between being fairly well known and being not at all known. I mean, take your pick. You're just stuck in a weird juxtaposition. Tokelau. But yeah. Man, that kind of sucks. Also, I would love to visit Pitcairn at some point. But I mean, you can only visit there for, I think it's something like 3 hours. Or no, I think it's less than that. I think it's like an hour. 45 minutes or an hour at a time. Because if you don't get back to the port and get on the damn ship again, you're just royally screwed. You are absolutely effed. You are so boned because you're going to be stuck there for a half a year. Sometimes even longer, actually. It's intermittent. You don't it's like normally supposed to be every 6 months. There's another ship, I believe it's 6 months. It's 3 or 6, I'm pretty sure it's 6. That arrives there again for transit, but that's it. It's literally twice a year. Once every half year. I mean, so if you miss that ship, you're royally screwed. You're just stuck there. Now you have to make the most of it, and you have to figure out how the hell you're going to live on an island that's so torn up by weather, out isolated in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. People you don't know. And now you're accidental resident for half a year. Yeah, you don't want to miss that ship. I mean, it doesn't stay for very long, so you're pretty screwed. So Pago Pago is going to be American Samoa, right? Because Apia is definitely regular Samoa. Quote unquote regular Samoa. Real Samoa. Even though this should be part of Samoa too. But America is, well, the U.S. Good old Teddy Roosevelt and his goddamn charge mentality of charge through everybody. Oh yeah, Wallace and Ventuna. That's another fairly well-known place I forgot about. Whoopsies! Yeah. I swear there's like another couple of nations within the Federated States of Micronesia area that I'm somehow forgetting and not seeing, but actually, no. It doesn't appear so, because these are still the Marshalls, and then you get to Wake, and yeah, I don't know. It's awkward. Industry swamp. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. But hey, yeah, for the most part, I was right. Very, very few mistakes I made. The only real mistakes I have managed to make were dyslexic, obviously. Other than, again, the whole Kiribati thing. That was just two different conflicting thoughts and ideas, and that's also why you shouldn't allow yourself to overthink like that. But I digress. Anyway, let's wait. What was I gonna do? I was gonna what was I gonna do? It was something with these islands. What was I gonna do? Did I have to do it? Oh, it was new. I was gonna look up new. So, zoop, boom. Hey, accidental free promotion. Why not? So, whoops, new. Dang it. New. What do you have? Oh no, you're not actually independent. You're not actually a nation. I thought you were. Actually, you still could be. Lead to Togo. Oh, chasms. Oh, nice. Wait, Togo. There's a Togo. There's a name Togo out there too on the Pacific. That's weird. Sure, why not? Africa in there. I love you. No, yeah, I think they're independent. Struggling to cope. I would think so. New Zealand. Okay. 1,500 miles northeast, sorry, of Kiwiland. What was it going here for? I don't remember. I wanted to look it up. I don't remember why I wanted to look it up. And it really is just the island itself, just that one island. And of course, Tonga is all of these, and that one, and this one, apparently. Cool. What was that mechanical buzz? That was weird. Okay. Tonga. They consider themselves a kingdom, it says. Okay, cool. You say. Suwaro. Cook Island. Islas. Okay, yeah. So, Cook. That is way up there, though. But it's too far out, and they're too small of islands to be able to see the borders. And so if I zoom in too far, though, usually it won't let me see the outlines anymore. No, okay. Good. So they've changed that. There you are. Yeah, no, they own these way out here. I didn't think they did. They don't own these ones, though. Because that's probably... Is that Kiribati then? French Polynesia. Polynesia. In the Navy. Polynesia. Austral Islas. A little bit away from Tierra Australis, but okay. Calling yourselves that, I guess. Leeward Islands. Islos. So French Polynesia is the nation, which means it's a department of France, fortunately. So Tahiti is actually French. Still considered to be Francois. Et Francais. They have these big ass ones too. Is there no settlements on these? I think that's a settlement there. Yeah, because that's a road. Wow. They're big. I'm surprised that isn't their main settlements. Huh. And again, they're kind of isolated. Oh, I say kind of. Actually, no, they're very isolated from the main islands that they chose to settle. So, I mean, sure. Hararoa. That's right. Hargaroa or Hararoa. Yeah, about that. Kiribati. In the land is Laos. Mang. Yep, they have these two. Okay, that explains that one. Yeah, they do. They literally have a town called Banana. I live in Banana. What? You're joking, right? No, I live in a town called Banana. Listen, man. I didn't name it. Johnston Island Wildlife Refuge. Okay, yeah, it's part of the U.S. God damn it. It makes me sad. Anyway. that's gonna be it for this live stream. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, please do leave a like, comment, and submarine sandwich. It's very, very much appreciated. It's very helpful. Lets me know you guys enjoyed, and yeah, feel free to give me suggestions and let me know how to improve or whatever else. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you guys continue to kick your life's ass and make it your bitch. And we'll see you guys and gals, boys and girls. Hades Mentalish later. And what about the next live stream or video? Maybe stay safe, stay fluffy.